You fucked up.
You sign up for the draw, they charge a credit card.
I'm a huge Resident Evil man. Thank God this podcast is called Born in the 80s so that everyone listening to it is old enough to know
what a Rolodex is.
Yeah.
And number 10, just typing out the word Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 536. I'm your host, John_Danger, joined by my co-hosts.
I'm your co-host, Matt_Haig, reminding John to hit record.
I did this time.
TJ's here. I'm doing important things. I'm guaranteed every day.
Yep.
Banky's here. I'm not doing shit. I'm doing nothing. Horse shit.
That sounds like Spanky to me. My camera really is like, I don't want to fucking focus. Fuck you. It was working before, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. Somehow it's Discord's fault.
Yeah.
Probably.
I am in the process of building a thing.
I saw.
I went to you didn't see.
I saw you moving around fucking metal poles and shit.
No, I'm talking, this is a different thing. The thing I've got in my hand is bullshit. What I'm doing is I'm out there.
You better wash your hands.
Listen. I'm out there pissing off my neighbors because I've got my stereo plugged in, just playing the Home Depot song on repeat at full volume.
Wait, can you make sure you put in the Home Improvement intro song as well?
Yeah. I went to Menards and I bought fucking, what is it? Like the shittiest wood you can buy. What's it? Like
poplar?
Construction lumber. That's what it is.
Plywood?
Construction ass lumber. All these boards is fucked up. What I'm doing is I'm building a raised bed garden. I've been growing tomatoes in 5-gallon buckets for years. And like I set them along a retaining wall that's made out of rotting railroad ties in my backyard. And every year I'm like, I should get rid of these rotting railroad ties and replace them with those 99-cent or whatever they are, or $1.60 a piece retaining wall blocks. Probably a couple $100 to do the whole wall. But I'm like, it would not rot like the fucking railroad ties do that have been in the backyard of my house for like 15 years. So I go to I'll go to Menards. I buy some construction lumber. All these boards is fucked up. And like, I'm like, I could have just bought this slightly more expensive wood that was like planed and isn't fucked up. But I'm not going to do that. Hell no. So I bought a bunch of 2x6s. So I'm doing a 6x12 rectangle for my garden. All right. So I'm out in my backyard. I'm absolutely like, I've got like the light armored vehicle with the mounted directional sound projector on it they use to torture people in like sieges and stuff. Only playing the Home Depot theme. And the thing that I did all day was try and like just screw those boards together and make a square. And the whole fucking day I was like, oh, you idiot. Why did you buy these warped ass boards? Why didn't you just get the planed boards? They're not that much more expensive. So my recommendation to everybody would be to don't, unless you're doing construction, don't buy construction lumber.
Yeah.
It isn't fucking worth it.
Well,
like
the stuff at Home Depot, at least they keep it inside. Menards is just like all this framing lumber and shit that's untreated completely. Should we protect it from like rain? Nah, just fucking throw it outside.
2 of my boards were fucking waterlogged. There was like footprints all over it, and just like it was ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So like if you're getting wood at Menards, because like it's inside the lumber center, but like there's a tiny cube where they can fit like 13 boards, and the rest of it is out in the yard getting warped and rained on.
Yeah.
So like, don't buy construction lumber from Menards unless you're doing like construction with it. And like, luckily, all the wood that I'm using will eventually go away. I'm building a frame so that I can make it out of brick. I'm just gonna surround it in brick, and that'll be my raised bed garden. But until then, I've got this fucking warped, wiggly ass wood, and it's been just like pissing me off. So I would go outside and I'd start working on that, and then like shit just wouldn't line up. So I got out my ratchet ties and I would just like ratcheting boards together as best I could, drilling like sideways screws into everything to get it to stay together. And I finally got it done about 30 minutes ago. And instead of checking my Discord to see, isn't there a podcast tonight, I went to Taco Bell. And I had a black bean chalupa supreme.
Good,
so I feel
good choice.
great. That is what Spanky did today. How's
Have
everybody
you
else?
thought about, instead of buying the slightly nicer wood, just spending like a couple $1,000s on an electric planer, like one of the big stand-up ones?
So I
That
have
seems-
a cheap planer. Like, from what I understand about planers, is that there's 3 tiers. There's the sub $700 tier. They're all the same. Do not buy. I mean, there might be a weird cheap one. Definitely don't buy that. But like,
Yeah.
I think the one I have is like $200, and they are all this same planer with a different piece of plastic and badge from a Chinese factory on them. Like, I think I got mine at Menards, but Harbor Freight sells the same exact fucking one. I'm pretty sure that there's a knockoff brand at Home Depot. It's the same exact one.
Like the big one that you like feed the board into, that kind?
It's a benchtop planer.
Okay.
So that's the like cheap. That's the cheap one that you could buy. If there's anything cheaper than like a couple $100, that's one of the like a benchtop planer. Don't buy that. That's gonna be dangerous. That sounds fucked up. Then there's a DeWalt one, which is a benchtop planer that is primo. That is excellent. That is good shit. That's about, I think, $750, and that's the one everyone says, like, if you are a woodworker and you don't want one of the big couple thousand huge ass awesome planers, you get the DeWalt one. And I'm not a good enough woodworker to have got the DeWalt one. Maybe someday. So the one that I have snipes really bad. Like, it really doesn't matter how much you
Just
try.
pointing out your flaws.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter how much you try to. Sniping is because there's 2 sets of blades. When the first one pushes down, it like that both blades are on the same piece of flat metal. So with the first one pushing down, just inherently is at an angle until the board hits the other one and then flattens it out. Which you can alleviate a bit by just going in really small, like 1/8 increments on a nice planer. Mine isn't good enough to even like. You'll always get a bit of snipe at the end, so it'll be a bit that's chewed too much out of. So you got to just like cut your boards about 7 inches longer than they need to be, plane it, and then trim it with my planer. But I didn't want to plane these. Because, like I said, I'm putting them in dirt and then surrounding them with bricks. I do not give a shit if they're in good, which is why I went for the construction lumber anyway. But the thing is like there's at Menards and probably in other fucking like Home Depot and Lowe's, there is more than one type of shitty pine, right? There is construction lumber, which was, I think, for a 6-foot 2x6, was like $6, maybe. So that's something like one of those, and then like there's standard pine, which is above construction lumber, which was like $7.15. Like, it was only $1 more per. It was some shit like that. And then there's quality pine, and that shit is still not even that expensive. Like, it's still probably like $10 a board. I could have just bought that, and it wouldn't even have been twice. I only paid $80 for all my wood. This is a pretty like I'm gonna spend a lot of money on the fucking bricks whenever I buy those, even though I think they're only like 99 cents a piece. But like, I was like, if I added all of this up, all my money I'm going to spend on this project, probably a couple $100. If I had bought quality pine instead, $260 instead of $200, right? Like, that I would pay that now. Now that I've done fucked with all that shitty wood, if I had a time machine, I wouldn't kill Hitler. I'd go back and to Menards earlier today and say, don't buy construction lumber. Buy the less shitty lumber.
We went when we had some of the soffits redone in our house because they were kind of falling apart. They were like, oh, these are cedar. You could, we'll quote you on this. And like, they quoted me for like pine or whatever to replace it with. And I was like, oh, well, wouldn't we want cedar? Oh, cedar's more expensive. Like, I guess we can quote that for you. And I think it was like $1,400 instead of $1,200 or instead of $1,000. I was like, why not? I'm already spending all this money. I might as well get the nicer wood that will last longer.
and it'll
Yeah.
repel bugs and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what? No, of course I'll spend more. We're ripping everything out. That's the expensive part, is like replacing all of it, and getting all the
One of
labor.
the things I hate the most about Menards and their wood selection is that I'm refurbishing a record cabinet. I don't think I've said that on the podcast yet.
Jeez, what are you?
My mom
What
found
are you? You need to. You're like Spanky. You have like a YouTube channel that doesn't exist. You're like doing stuff that like people on YouTube do, like, oh, I'm building a raised garden bed, and then but you don't
What it
actually
is-
film any of it.
So I don't.
This is
I was
your
telling
life.
listen, brief anecdote before I get back to answering that question. My boss came into work with a 3D printed model of the like CAD file of the foldable iPhone that is used for people to make cases because that leaked. And he came in and he showed me it. And I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, what do you think about it? I'm like, I don't care. And he's like, well, don't you, you have an iPhone, aren't you interested? Like, so I opened up my screen time app on my phone, 27 minutes average a day. You want to know what the two biggest apps on my phone are? Number one is DoorDash because I'm always checking to see where my fucking driver is. And like whenever you've got it open and it's moving the thing, it won't auto lock if it does, it takes like 5 minutes or whatever. So I'm constantly using DoorDash. And then the other one is Amazon. And then like in third place is eBay. So like my phone to me is mostly fucking useless. I don't give a shit about it. So because of that, because I'm that kind of person, instead of watching these people's YouTube channels or even searching them out, I just don't assume I can even get this kind of content without just going to the hardware store and doing it myself. And that's why I go to the hardware store and do it myself. So my mom found a record cabinet that was the band director of the high school I went to, not when I went there. I think he was the director in the 70s. But like it's an antique record cabinet, and it got given to her for free. And someone has like re-stained this thing 3 times, so it just is ugly. Like it's like this, they used really dark stain over what once was pretty nice stain. And so I've sanded it all down and I've re-stained a lot of it. But like I don't know wood well enough. I'm asexual. I don't know wood. I don't know wood well enough.
Okay.
Thank you. That's where you put in the canned live studio audience laughter for that show.
Just put in the Home Depot song.
Yeah, just behind this entire behind the whole episode, loud enough that it makes it difficult to hear any of us. So the stain on it was just stinky. They just, like instead of sanding it and reapplying it, they just put more stain on it, so it ended up like really thick and kind of hard to remove. But like, so she gave me this, and I'm like, fine, I'll refurbish this absolutely because I do need a record cabinet. And this is, in some way kind of historically relevant to me, even though I don't give a shit about my high school or who the band teacher was in the 70s, because he probably sucked. Like, let's be real, he's from where I'm from, and it was the 70s. But so that's been my.
He was there at the
that
marches. Yelling
Yeah,
at them.
The other.
He was there at the marches, trying to stop them from marching.
He is the joining the culture war on this side of whichever one of Brown versus Board of the Education wanted segregation.
Yeah.
I assume Board of the Education, but I don't know. Maybe it was Brown. I didn't pay enough attention in civics class. But so that's been my project. But then this other project is a different project that just also requires me to go to the hardware store. So the thing I hate about Menards in their wood selection is that there are the sides. So this, even though it's an antique, it was built cheap. Like the thing about furniture that's so fucked up now is that cheap furniture is all like contact paper on particle board.
Yeah.
And like if you're lucky, it's textured paper. Like textured PVC instead of just like printed fucking
wood grain.
PVC coated paper or whatever. But back in the day, cheap furniture was just made out of real wood. So it lasts fucking forever, even though it was cheap. So this thing is built out of mostly wood panels and boards with some support. So like it's got boards in there supporting it, but like the edges and stuff are all panel. of real wood, but
yeah,
a panel.
veneer. Yep.
Yeah, and so I go to Menards, and like, see, I don't know wood. I said that earlier when the canned laughter happened, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know what kind of wood this thing's made out of, and if I stain this, then it's gonna look different if I get the wrong kind of wood. So I'm just gonna get a couple of those really small, like handy panels of a couple different kinds of wood. I think they're like $4 a piece or what, like they're real small, and they have two kinds of wood, oak and birch. And I'm like, what the fuck? You have so much wood types here, but when it comes to the panels, oak and birch is all you got, or just plywood, particle board. And so I got oak and I got birch, and I stained both of them with the same stain I used on that stuff. Doesn't fucking look the same. The birch looks good. I think it's gonna contrast real well, so I'm gonna use the birch. But like, I don't know what the fuck
what is it? Do you think?
So my guess is because all of the wood that I stained, that's the original wood, has taken on kind of and reminder, I'm colorblind, but kind of a really reddish tint compared to either the birch or the oak. So hold on, I'm getting a call from my mother.
What woods turn red? Maple?
I don't know. I don't
I
know
assume
enough
cherry.
about wood.
But
Cherry
I don't
definitely
know that. I
does.
just assume because of cherries.
Cherry is like a reddish brown. Oh, Spanky's got a perplexed look on his face over this call. TJ is also getting yelled at from off screen. He muted himself.
Spanky, it's not coming through the mic.
Hello? Hello?
We can barely hear this, Spanky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Discord's noise getting
Hello?
real good, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that was a butt dial.
Probably
Sorry
was.
for interrupting the flow of
Wait,
that.
while we're interrupted, can I please crack my drink open
Do it.
that I
Yes.
brought for the podcast? So I went to
Damn it.
Woodman's, which I don't do very often.
I don't know what. I'm asexual.
I went to Woodman's because we were like, we should go there to get groceries because we never go there, and it's like nice. I don't know if people live around Madison area. Woodman's is a employee-owned grocery store, so their prices are lower than everywhere else, and their employees, like, they actually have employees in the store, you know, because they like can pay them.
And they have basically everything.
And they have
gotta be careful
literally
with
everything.
You have to be careful with the phrasing of employee owned though, because I did work at a store that was quote unquote employee owned once, and what it was is like if you work there for 50 years, you get like $1 of stock or something like that. And
I think Woodman's is better than that, but I think Woodman's is known for actually like having benefits and stuff for people.
Employee owned.
Spanky, I'm gonna put
Employee
some
owned started
Woodman's
off being a cool
commercials.
thing or whatever, and then shitty grocery stores like the one I used to work at when I was in college were like, what if we technically figured out a way to put employee owned on the store, but like didn't fucking give the employees anything?
Yeah, the Woodman's commercials are good. We'll
I'm gonna
put some of those on the Discord.
Woodman's commercials in the Discord, and you're gonna.
It
love
is just the
Spanky.
Woodman guy doing ads and being funny. So I went
Hell yeah.
there, and they had a big selection of fancy soda pops, and I saw this, and it spoke to me. This is De La Calle. De La how does the Spanish man say that?
De La Calle.
De La Calle. Tapache, modern Mexican soda. Tropical punch. Punch.
I'm not gonna translate that one for you.
All right, so it says we infuse tradition with refreshing twist, crafting the first modern Mexican soda. De la Calle is inspired by the timeless heritage of tepache, a beloved fermented pineapple drink savored in the streets of Mexico. So this is your like fucking Olipop, but Mexican, I'm assuming.
Nice.
Carbonated water, tepache with a bunch of things. So fermented cultures and shit. Pineapple, apple, grapefruit, turbinado
So
sugar.
it's like a Mexican pineapple kombucha thing.
Erythritol, of course. So we got monk fruit in here. So you can't, or stroke risk heightened. Acacia. The wood. Was it acacia wood, Spanky? That it was made out of? Orange juice
No.
concentrate, flavor, citric acid, agave fiber, cinnamon. Ooh. This is going to be interesting. This is more insane than I thought. I'm going to give it a whiff. Okay. It smells like fruit punch, so that's a good sign.
While you're partaking, I'm gonna tell a small story about wood it being in food, and that's I saw a post on social media a while ago that was some lib being like, your rivers aren't on fire and there isn't sawdust in your bread because of taxes, so that's why, or because of regulation, so that's why you have to vote blue no matter who. And there is wood. There is still sawdust in bread. It's just called cellulose on your package. Anytime anything says cellulose, that's wood. And also, it's not bad for you to eat that. It's mostly
I
just
take
filler.
cellulose tablets.
It's a plant.
Real good.
Yeah, and
All right.
like it sounds like sawdust. Like you walk into a woodworker and you just sweep up off the floor and throw it in bread. Maybe that was a World War II thing. I don't know, but like it does come from sawdust, but it's not like dangerous to eat.
This smells really good. It smells. I want to just smell it instead of drink it because it smells way better than it tastes. It doesn't
Also,
taste
it's
bad,
good to light your rivers on fire.
but it smells
just do that every once in a
100%
while.
like Hawaiian Punch, like straight up. The flavor is a little salty, a little sweet, a little florally. It's good. It's not bad. It's weird. Recommended. It does not taste like punch. Like it smells like punch, though. It honestly doesn't really
Punch
have much
elements
of a
are
flavor.
more pungent than other
Pungent.
elements in it.
Yeah, there's a nice floralness to it, though. It's hard to. I'm trying to place it. My God. Oh my God! It tastes like. Oh my God! It's like
Yes.
right. It's right on the back of my tongue, literally. But
Potpourri.
it tastes like a candy, and I'm trying to think of what candy this tastes like on the back end.
Icebreakers sours.
Hall's
Sour gummy
Golden
worms.
Blue.
What's the one we like?
Ricola.
TJ?
What is the one? What?
The kids cough medicine grape.
I've got it.
Oh, Diamond Tap. Yeah.
Diamond Tap. Does it
I-
taste like Diamond
No,
Tap?
I think it tastes a little bit like the fruit punch, like the tropical mix Lifesavers, the fruit punch one.
Oh.
Okay. Yep.
It tastes like a Lifesaver. It's not bad. It's not very sweet. It is 50 calories, and it knows it because it used turbinado sugar, of course, in the fermentation because the microbes ate all of it. So anyway, it's good. I don't think I'd polish a case off. It's it's tangy, a little apple cider vinegary, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's making my tongue kind of tingle a little bit though. So hopefully I'm not allergic to anything in this. That's probably
Your face is swelling up real bad.
it's probably the pineapple because pineapple does that. It's got a little bit of that tartness to it. So anyway, that's fun. All right, Spanky. So your wood turns red when stained,
Right. So
like this
here's
punch.
the thing. Yeah.
actually
So
might
here's the
be
thing.
red.
Like you might be thinking, and like
Well,
I
of
have,
course
I
not. You
did think of
continue.
it whenever I was looking for wood, like red cedar, red oak. Those are both woods. But the thing is, the oak wood grain pattern is pretty distinct. Like I can tell that now because I bought and stained oak once, so like I can look at it and go, oh, okay, I understand what that's going on. It's not oak. Like it's definitely not. I mean, unless there's a different kind of oak and I'm stupid, which is very possible. John is holding up a clear glass.
My drink.
of his drink, and it does look like piss after a one-a-day vitamin.
It is very cloudy, lightish yellow. It looks
Yeah.
like pineapple juice, which would make
Yeah.
sense.
Is it possible that it's made out of California redwood? Like that tree that they cut the tunnel through, they had to put
Yeah.
that wood somewhere.
You know that wood had to go somewhere.
I don't know, but so I looked at while I was because Menards does have wood types. They have acacia actually. I noticed there was some edge glued acacia boards for sale, and I didn't want that, but
Edgelord acacias.
yeah, and and the God, so like the red cedar I looked at, I'm like, okay, it's not cedar. And the thing is you can smell cedar. Cedar has a smell to it. I was sanding it. I would have noticed if it was cedar. Cedar smells amazing.
It does.
And so I went to red oak, and I'm like, it's definitely not red oak. Some of the other kind of woods there that they have, they've got alder wood, which I've used for my cabinets, and it's not that. They've got poplar. I've also used that for some stuff. Which the poplar that I bought stains with the stain that I bought beautifully. So like all of my support boards, I'm just reusing poplar boards that I've bought in the past. And birch, and I don't think they had any beech, but they did have like some like biscuits made out of beech or something like that. But like I looked at all the different kinds of woods, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. Like if I had to guess, I would have said like probably birch or maybe oak, but it doesn't stain like that. So maybe they made trees different back then, and it just had more red in it. Maybe they
That's
had
true.
that lead
They had-
additive
They had
trees
older
back in
growth
the day.
trees.
Yeah,
I
So I
wasn't
don't know.
paying attention when you said how old this was. 70s.
yeah, 70s. So
it
like,
could be walnut.
it could be, but it's so light whenever it's sanded. Like whenever I've got it sanded off, it's so light and it's very like whitish yellowy, maybe a little bit warmer than that. But I just don't know. It's beautiful whenever it gets stained, and like my problem with like the ones that I bought, like the panels that I bought, is they aren't as beautiful. Like the birch is pretty nice, but it isn't as pretty as like the sides and the top and the interior is going to be this birch, and then the legs and the like edge up, not the top because that's a panel, but like the edge below it, which is made out of boards. That'll still be the old pretty wood. So I think it'll look nice with the birch as an offset, but I really wish I could have figured out what kind of wood it was, so that I could have just bought it. And like, there's probably a way. There's probably a Reddit I can go to, but like I've established, I don't
Wood
fucking
Reddit?
look anything up. I don't look anything up. I don't go on the internet to find this shit. I just have a guess. And like, is that efficient? No. But I learned the hard way, and that's the best way to learn, in my opinion, because learning the hard way is like, I'm not doing that shit again. Which, I mean, again, sometimes I do the hard thing again. Like, sometimes I do have to relearn the hard
Sometimes
way.
you do.
Do. You're really getting a lot of use out of that canned laughter this episode.
See, whenever I learn the hard way, it's fun to just make all new mistakes the next time.
Yeah, that's true. Like, it's crazy when you do something and it works all right, and then you do try it again, and like you run into all sorts of bullshit. Like, how did I do this right the first time?
Yeah.
Um,
It's like, oh, I know what I did wrong last time, so I won't do that.
I'm
I'll
gonna
make
buy a
whole bunch of
router
other
table.
mistakes.
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna buy a router table, from Home Depot, for my next project, because the first time I used my hand router, I had a bunch of clamps and I used my hand router and I made guides for it and whatever. I made cabinet doors fucking nice. I broke one of my cabinet doors recently, and I'm like, that's fine. I have everything I need to remake a new cabinet door. So I tried to use my fucking hand router again to do that. Fucked up 2 boards immediately. And like, I have no idea how I was able to use this imprecise tool to make like the grooves exactly the right, like, everything that I needed for all the cabinet doors I did before that. So I'm like, fuck this. I don't know how I did it right the first time, but I'm not gonna try again and again. I'm just going to go and buy a bench top router from Home Depot. So that is.
Have
gonna
you
be my next
considered
Home
getting
Depot.
really into CNC tools?
I mean, to the extent that a 3D printer is a CNC tool,
But like a
yes.
CNC router table.
Ooh, that would be fun.
You should also get a laser attachment to that too, so you can
Yeah,
like
get a
cut
laser
stuff with a
too.
laser.
Yeah, and then I should get like a CNC aluminum mill, so I
Oh.
can make
Yeah.
things out of aluminum.
Hell yeah!
Like a 5-axis one.
Yeah.
I think it can go up to
With
9
all the
axis.
money that I have,
don't know what
because
the
I'm
other
just rolling in
axis-
dough from my public sector job.
Yeah. And then a laser sintering metal 3D printer.
That would be fucking wild.
Can I talk about what I've been rolling with my dough in?
Is it Pokemon cards?
It
I know it's not.
It continues to be cards, yes. So
it is, but yeah.
I just got notified that I'm now a Dick's Sporting Goods Scorecard Gold member from the amount of
Where
money.
else would you buy Pokemon cards?
From the amount of money I've spent at Dick's Sporting Goods, on fucking cards. Now, to say that it hasn't gone well would be wrong, because I purchased their WNBA Prism 2025 Dick's Sporting Goods exclusive blasters, of which I pulled this card, Paige Beckers, who is 2025 Rookie of the Year, the WNBA logo variation only available in the Dick's Sporting Goods blaster. This card is worth $150. So that was a good investment, because I think I spent $60 on the two blasters I bought. And then because I pre-ordered the WNBA Megas, which have not come out yet, which is the larger box, more cards in it. Because I pre-ordered the Dick's one and that, and then one Mega, which haven't come out yet. So I've been fiending. So I went to Target with Lauren, and then I didn't buy cards. And then we went again. I was like, I have to buy the WNBA cards that they have, because it's $30 for a blaster, which is $5 cheaper than a lot of other places. And of course, I pulled this, which is a Caitlin Clark Red Hyper. I forget what this stupid, like, you can see it's got like this thing. This is numbered to 199, and this is a $130 card. So my luck is very good with WNBA. So that is what I've been spending my money on, is cards. Baseball season started up too, so I bought just a little bit, just a couple baseball cards. I just basically bought singles of Brewers, because I was like, let's get some Brewers. Let's get some of the new guys cards. I got some signatures of some of the guys that were like $10 on eBay, so I got a few of those. So I got my Brewers set, because the Milwaukee Bucks is over. They are now out of the playoffs officially as of tonight, so that sucks. But so I'm looking forward to the WNBA coming back, because they finally signed their CBA, and I think I saw that the price increase was something like 1,000%. The players are going to be making, it's like a stupid amount. I think the highest maximum salary in the WNBA previous to this agreement was $300,000 a year, and now it's something like $3 million is the max contract or something like that. It's ridiculous for the max, but like the floor is now, I don't know. Anyway, so it's great. They're getting paid, which is awesome. But Dick's also,
when is the MNBA?
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Not enough people are saying this. So, Dick's, I've been in cards, whatever, buying sports cards, all that. Pokemon cards have always been out. I think I talked about this last week, but like, it just sucks. You just can't buy them. You can't buy them in stores. People scalp them. It's insane. And so I was perusing the Dick's Sporting Goods app for whatever reason. I was looking up to see if anything I had ordered had shipped or not. And they had a thing that popped up that said Pokemon cards at Dick's. Sign up to the draw to win a chance to buy Pokemon cards. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Why not? Let's see.
As all good purchases go.
Well, yeah. Well, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll be interested. So I signed up for the 3 sets that they had coming to stores this week, which was the Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer Box, which I won, and the what is this monstrosity called? The Pokemon TCG Ascended Heroes Premium Poster Collection, Mega Gardevoir or Mega whatever. Who's the other? Lucario. The two pocket men that it could be. And I signed up for the pin collection one as well, because I was like, I'll just sign up for all 3, see if I get one, and then I'll decide if I want to buy one or not. That is not how Dick's works.
You done fucked up?
You sign up for the draw, they charge a credit card. as soon as you win the draw. And then ship it out like the next day so you don't have any time to decide. And I'm looking at this. I am 85% certain they did not have prices listed when I signed up for the draw. So they charged me. I want you to guess. Well, I think I may have given up the ghost, but I want you to guess how much they charged for this Mega Evolution Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer Box, which MSRP is for. TG, you know the MSRP?
60? Is it 60 or 50?
It says, I looked online, it's impossible to find. I said 50 to 60. I think it's 60.
Yeah.
I think it's 60.
I think like 10 years ago they were 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think that Dick's charged me for that? 60?
$100.
$8,000.
TJ?
$89.99.
80. Not bad. It's scalper prices, but not bad, especially because you look on the sites that are selling this now, like that have them in stock, like your fucking mini market or the trading card stores. This is $110 or something. So, I mean, it's cheaper than buying it scalped, but it certainly isn't the price that I assumed it would be MSRP. I'm sure there's some fucking language in their whole thing saying that the prices are subject to change or whatever, but it seems insane because like anything, you guys have signed up for like draws to buy stuff probably, like it's usually like, okay, because I've done this before with like graphics cards and stuff. It's just like, and then because like Newegg will send you an email.
I did sign up for one when the PS5 was real hard.
Yeah, they send you an email and say buy it from this link in the next like 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed was going to happen. No, they just charged my card. So this one's not so bad because I like the Elite Trainer box. It's a collectible box. You know, it's got a bunch of stuff in it. It's fun. It's got 9 packs. That's less than $10 a pack. Plus, it's got a full art foil promo card that looks really neat. Sleeves. Yeah, it's just fun. You know, it's like a nice collector's box. The poster collection has 10 packs of cards. A EX Riolu, what's his name? That's his name? Lucario.
Riolu.
Yeah, yes, Riolu is the baby version. Lucario, yeah, let me read more. It comes with 1 foil promo card featuring Mega Lucario, Mega Gardevoir EX. I got Lucario, which is great. It's random, of course. They just send you one. And limit 1 per unit per order, 1 per athlete, it says on their website, which doesn't seem correct. Content and hit ratios are subject to change without notice officially.
No, Lucario is in Pokken tournament. He's an athlete.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, Lucario is the better one because I looked this up on my price charting app, and the Lucario card that comes in it I think is worth $15, whereas the Gardevoir card is worth like $9. So I guess Lucario is more popular. I think people like Gardevoir, but Lucario is cool. So
Gardevoir is good, but the sequel, Gardevoir Ragnarok, was better.
So I looked up how much this poster set is going for. Do you know what the poster set MSRP is, TJ? 10 packs,
nope.
A poster,
no clue.
A promo card. I looked this up. $50. 50. That's $5 a pack, which is a bit more. Because I think the packs are $3.99 or something, MSRP or something like that. Typically, $3.50, $3.99 was what they're supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a lot of packs. So that's like what? $40 a pack and then $10 for a poster and a special card? Seems about right.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to guess how much Dick's Sporting Goods charged me for this.
$110.
$150.
$8,000.
$100 they charged me. Double the price of the MSRP. Like this being $20 more is like, yeah, whatever. It's the price of doing business. Free shipping, they gave me. Double the price. And they are going online for like $115. So, it's just crazy. It's Pokemon sucks. Don't do it. The only reason I signed up for it because I was like, oh, well, I'd like to pay MSRP and get Pokemon cards. I don't want to be involved in all this upcharging. And I looked online, incredulous after this, and looked on Reddit and saw people like on the Reddit's r/ like Pokemon cards, trading card game, whatever. And they talked about, what about buying cards at Dick's? And everyone said, yeah, they used to be good. And now they just sell everything at upcharges. And this is recent, like last 3 months or so, they started doing this. So that's your warning. Don't buy them from them unless you know what the price is going to be. They are doing they're doing what GameStop does, which is charge more than the MSRP. Now, what do we think about GameStop doing that? I'm of two minds. One, I think it's shitty. Two, I also think it's like, what else are you going to do? That's literally just random people are taking that money when you could be getting that money. So like as a business, why wouldn't you just charge more? Because then people who actually want them would walk in and buy them.
Menards has three. They don't have Pokemon cards. Menards has 3 mottos. Okay, most people think of save big money.
Yep.
That's what most people think. That's not actually a motto, but it is by just popular demand. Everyone thinks that.
Mm-hmm.
The real customer-facing motto, dedicated to quality and service. Their corporate motto, take the money, stupid, is what it is. And that is what GameStop is doing here. Mm-hmm. People want to give them scalper prices for these fucking Pokemon cards. Take the money, stupid. And I don't know if that's the exact wording, but it is flippant. It's something.
Which is why I can't really fault them for doing it, because of how shitty the market is. That it's just like, why not? Like, rather than us paying, because like it's okay. So the thing is that this is really Nintendo's fault. Now, Spanky, you tried to refute me, and to what I do agree. If they made 20 times the cards, people would still scalp them, but it would dilute the market a bit and probably be a little bit less lucrative. But the fault is Nintendo should be like, hey, we're not going to send our product to your stores if you're charging more than MSRP, which is what a lot of companies will do. But Nintendo's like, nah.
Well, does Nintendo even have control over that? Because the Pokemon Company is a separate company, and I think Wizards of the Coast.
Well, regardless, I mean, the company making these cards could say, oh, well, if you're going to not charge what people expect, that looks bad as a brand for us. Now, I believe in the US it's not legal for you to do price fixing like that. But what is legal is for you to say, oh yeah, we'll get to your order eventually, because we know that you're selling these for higher, and we're going to send these to places that sell them at a price that we more prefer. Because it looks bad as a brand for people to not have their children be able to buy cards, or people that have turned 40 who found their Pokemon cards when their parents were moving, wanting to relive their youth of buying just some Pokemon cards for fun. I can't do that. You have to have a robot set up online to snag them at Best Buy, who is still selling at MSRP. One of the few places. Target and Best Buy and Walmart. You know the trading card market is good when you go to the Walmart near me in Monona that does not have the cards out. They're all behind the counter at the customer service desk. So some things must have happened at some point to do that. So it's kind of shitty. So, but what I'm saying is, in showing you my not to brag, my WNBA cards of like getting stuff, Pokemon cards is not. Do not buy them to invest, because the way that Pokemon cards work is that they have like a 50, 60, 70 card base set per like expansion, something like that, 50 to 80, somewhere around there. And then there's like 3 cards worth money, and then there's the foil version of every card, and then there's like full art versions of like a handful of cards, and then there's like special foil ones. The only cards worth any money are worth like thousands, and then everything else is worth like pennies. Whereas like at the very least with like a basketball card, someone will probably pay $1 for this because it's their favorite player. And this is the only version that came out this year. Or, well, this is...
Yeah, like if I bought football cards, if anyone even makes football cards,
they do.
I'm sure they probably
do.
But like, I never in my life gave a fuck about... Like, even I collected baseball cards as a kid a little bit. Mm-hmm. Never gave a fuck about football cards. But I would get a Cairo Santos football card if I was into cards. I guarantee you that doesn't cost very much money. A fucking Cairo Santos.
That's the thing is that
Because he's one of my favorite guys. Yeah, I just think his Instagram was funny when I looked at it like 11 years ago, and so forevermore he's been a guy I know, and I would buy his card.
So, yeah. So I mean, and my real advice is just buy the cards on eBay, or go to your local card shop and go to the singles boxes and find the cards you want. And like my local card shop, it's like, what is it? 10 cards for I think it's like 15 cards for $10, 20 cards for anyway. So you're like, I'll end up usually going in, grabbing about 20 cards of players I like, and then giving him like a $20 bill or something. You know what I mean? Like it'd be like, if I pay cash, will you give me a discount? I'd be like, 15 for those 20 cards. Like, sweet. Like, awesome. I paid 75 cents a card, you know, for the players I actually want. Whereas buying boxes and pulling is gambling. So only do it if you can afford to. And for me, it's when we have the new season WNBA cards, the new basketball cards, that's when I'm buying boxes, because I'll just buy a couple at the start of the season. This is me justifying my expenses. I'm just buying a couple start of the season. But like, people go crazy on this shit. And you go on like Reddits and stuff, and people are like, I opened 20 boxes. It's like, why are you buying 20 fucking boxes?
I don't have an addictive personality. Well,
I do a little bit. I understand the allure because opening card packs is just fun. Because you just get you have a chance of getting something fun. It's random. You get the endorphin rush. I get it and I enjoy it. But I'm also like, I set a limit.
I don't get any of it. Like, not all that to me. And I don't think it was growing up poor, because there's plenty of poor people who like get into gambling and shit. And
no shit.
Fall down that rat hole. So I don't think it's that. But like, I've just never like in Pokemon. You know, you go to the game corner or whatever, and I'm just like, I'm not doing this. This is it's gonna take forever, and I might lose. I'm not gonna do that. If I ever went to a casino, I would be like, here's $100. If it's gone, I just fucking go to my room. They couldn't do anything to convince me otherwise. I'd be like, I don't care. I mean, I had my.
That's 100. The last time I went to Vegas. I think I did. I said I got $200, and once this runs out, it's in cash. Once I don't have this, I am done gambling.
Yeah, and like, so like, there's a lot of things about the gambling stuff that I just fundamentally don't get. Like even as far as like stocks and trading and stuff like that, that's like speculation and whatever. Which is why the universe right now is hell, because everything is speculation bubbles. Like, nothing can exist anymore without it instantly becoming some kind of fucking speculation.
Yeah, it's a Kalshi Man, Polymarket, all that shit. Bet on everything.
Like, a lot of it doesn't make sense to me. However, I was quick to say that there are no good gotchas. And then I was proven wrong by Matt, who posted the Wikipedia gotcha, which is, I think you can pay money for more pulls, but I think
you get like a million.
Yeah,
like for free.
But I think it's more like if you think this project is neat, you can support the developer.
Send us some bucks.
It's because obviously there's no point to any of it. But
you can watch an ad to get 10 more free packs. But I don't know if it's because I'm on Firefox or what.
Nope,
but
the ads
don't load for me. So you just wait.
Can you explain what this gotcha game is and what gotcha is for anyone who may not know?
I understand John a little bit more now. Because
it's random
the
packs
and it rips off.
Yeah.
And then I have cards that I don't even look at anymore, and I just go back to more packs, and I click the pack, and it rips off, and I see more cards.
And each card is a Wikipedia article, and it's assigned a rarity based on I don't know what.
The rarity was based on the rating of the article.
Okay.
Spanky, did you look at
there's
this?
An attack and a defense that's like the word count is the attack and and the edit count or number of authors or something was the defense, something like that.
Yeah. And you can battle, there's a raid battle every day. Like right now it's the Madigan formation, which I guess is a geological formation that I could fight. And I've already beaten that. Right,
and that is just very funny to me. Like, it's like it is what it is. It is to Gotcha what Progress Quest was to idle games, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Progress Quest it was making fun of idle games, even though people still played Progress Quest
Dude,
because
I
it was fun.
love Progress Quest.
But like it very much was a this genre is fucking dumb. Here's an entry in it that is meets all the criteria of being a member of it, but it like isn't interesting like Cookie Clicker or whatever is. Like it very much is boring and on purpose. And that's what the Wikipedia gotcha thing is, which is like um uh just funny. Like it's aesthetically the exact same thing, but there's no real risk of like you do need to go to a therapist to see something
Yeah.
about like your addiction problems if you're gonna get addicted to the Wikipedia gotcha.
Yeah.
Because it's very obviously a joke. That's like not going to college classes because you're playing Progress Quest. Like that is a fucking problem. Not playing Quest while you don't go to college. That's normal. That's because you smoke weed. But like specifically not going to play Progress Quest is when you know you have a problem. But yeah, gotcha. It's like originally that was those turn
I've got
bubble
it. So-
dropper things, right?
So yeah, gotcha comes from the Japanese word gachapon or gashapon. Gotcha and pon are both onomatopoeias, which means they're the sound that you make. Gotcha is turning the crank, and pon is the dropping of the capsule. To talk to people who grew up anywhere in the U.S. in the past 78 years, if you went to like a diner and like you went to the front, there'd be like the two candy machines where you put a quarter in, spin around, get all banana runts for some dumb reason.
Yeah.
But next to it would be the thing that has a bunch of little like plastic balls with the cap in there, and you're trying to get the spider ring, but you always get the like the toy scorpion missing legs instead.
Or the rubber slap hand that your parents get
rubber
mad at
slap
you for
hand.
having.
So gachapon is the fancy Japanese ones where the capsules are really cool, the machines are really cool, and you never know what you're going to get. And the idea is we use that term gotcha for any sort of I'm going to do a thing and it's going to give me a number of things or a thing, and I don't know what's going to get until I open the the thing, whether it's trading
Mystery
cards,
boxes.
whether it's in-game stuff. Like I open a box, I could get one of these things.
Boxes, yeah.
Yeah,
loot
the other
boxes.
gotcha that I'm currently playing is the Resident Evil 4 shooting gallery.
Speaking of
Those
Resident
are the
Evil,
only two.
there's a
What's
new Resident Evil out, and I gotta bitch just briefly about this.
Okay.
Because I'm a huge Resident Evil man. That is one of the things I'm extremely into. I would say the three main, maybe four main things that like are up to that category are Kingdom Hearts. When there's a new Kingdom Hearts, I'm going to immediately get it. Anything that Hideo Kojima has made, if he's made something, I'm buying it immediately. And then fourth place is probably Castlevania, even though that's not really true. A lot of Castlevania stuff I just fucking skipped over the many years. So that one might be an honorable mention, but like definitely on the list is Resident Evil. I mean,
It's
from the
called
moment I played,
Biohazard in Japan.
it's called Biohazard, I think, everywhere, but that's not North America.
And everyone
7
everywhere,
was called
everyone,
Resident Evil, Biohazard, Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Everyone in every region but the U.S. calls it Resident Evil anyway, because that was the name that took up. Which is a way better name, by the way. Anyway.
Yeah. So, I was someone who like
This
PS5
is 9,
came out.
right? Resident Evil 9?
Yeah.
9
Yeah.
Requiem. Yep.
When the PS5 came out, I'm like, I'm not buying a fucking PS5. First of all, it's hard to find. Second of all, what am I buying it for? There's no fucking games. The moment that Resi 8 came out, I was like, I need this.
Mommy.
That was whenever I did the wake up at 3 a.m. Every single day and check the various, like, there weren't Reddits, but I think there were like Instagram. I think there was an Instagram account, and like I didn't have an Instagram account, but you can see like the most recent like 10 or whatever posts on someone's profile. And when it tells you to log in, you just open it up in an incognito browser and you can see it again. And so I would just sit in there refreshing like an incognito browser of someone's Instagram. It was one of those like Wario 64 kind of guys, but it was specifically for like buying consoles that was hard to buy. And like I just woke up at like 4:30 a.m. like for like 4 days in a row. And I finally got one at Target, and you wanted to get one from Target because all the other ones you had to go to a you might remember this, but like you'd have to go to like Amazon and put it in your cart and check out and buy and hit the buy button. Everything works fine, and then it fucking fails.
Yeah.
And tells you that it went wrong. That's not how Target worked. Target sent physically these things to the store that was nearest you. You could not have it shipped to your house. The only thing you could do is go to your local Target and pick it up. That's the only thing they did. Then they were the fucking only ones who did that right, because like trying to ship directly to customers, bots just instantly fucking figure no bot resistant thing happened.
Speaking of Target's awesome because I was on looking at the Pokemon like subreddit or whatever trading cards, and people said, oh, by the way, the Target when they sell you these, they cut this plastic in a corner.
Oh yeah,
so that you can't resell them basically.
That's fucking good. So I remember getting to Target, and I drove that morning at 9 a.m. to the Target.
I'm sorry, I wanted to point out that I realized we're on a podcast, and I was holding up my Elite Trainer box and pointing at the plastic, and you guys are all like, yeah that's it. No, so when they sell the Pokemon boxes, at least at this one location, they said everyone that got them, they cut the corner of the box saying like, oh, it's new obviously from us, but you know the corners are all cut. And the guy said that a whole bunch of people walked out without buying them, and I was like, sweet, I got to buy two, one for me and one for my kid. It's like, that's awesome. Great.
Now,
awesome.
I want to point out that when you did that, we were at least 3 layers deep in a Russian nesting doll of tangents.
I don't even remember what the first tangent was. But Spanky, back to your tangent on PlayStation 5 purchasing.
Yeah. So like I did that, and
Resident Evil,
and I got it so that I could get Resi 8. Resi 8, fucking good. It's not, in my opinion, not as good as Resi 7 because I'm more of a Resi 2 person than I am a Resi 4 person, and Resi 8 was very much what if we did to Resident Evil 4 like a game in that style again, with all the, now that we're good at making games finally after many Resident Evils in a row that were fucking terrible. And
you don't look
and it's good. I like it quite a lot. But it isn't as good as 7 in my opinion. So that's how dedicated I would not be fucking bothered with a PS5. But once there was Resi 8, I needed it. I needed to have it because at the time I didn't have this gaming PC that I have now. I didn't have a machine that could play Resi 8, and I couldn't abide that. So Resi 9 comes out, right? And that's just a pretty recent thing. That's like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And just can't buy it. Now you can get it on Steam or whatever. You can get it download. I don't know if I want that. I want a disc that I can have because I have all of Resident Evils. I have the PS1 games. I want to have this is a collection to me. I want all of them physical. If it was one errant game, I'd buy it download and it would be fine. But it's a series that I have all of physically. So I want to, when a new one comes out.
That's the way I used to be with World of Warcraft. I got my line of boxes over here, but they stopped selling the non-collector's edition box like a few expansions ago. So, which sucks.
Yeah, I think the last one you got was Shadowlands, maybe.
No, Draenor. Draenor was the last one I bought.
Draenor. Yeah. So like, because it's a collection, I'm not gonna get the downloaded game. I'm not gonna fucking buy it twice. But you can't buy it. It's not anywhere. And I don't know why. I didn't look into it. There's probably some asshole on Reddit who fucking knows. But I don't know or care. But which dumb to me is just like, there isn't a global supply. Like, there was a whole ass COVID pandemic when I bought my PS5. And Best Buy just had Resident Evil at it. I had to go to the weird Best Buy setup where only 4 people were allowed in at a time, and then you had to wait for them to go get you had to wait outside the store for them to call you back in once they'd went and got whatever you asked for. That's how I had to get Resident Evil because it wasn't at Target yet when I went to get my PS5. I went to Best Buy to do that. But like now it's just normal. Like yes, COVID exists, but we don't care anymore. You just get it and you either survive or die. They don't. It's not a problem with anyone anymore. You just fucking. Yes, it will still kill you sometimes, but like so will fucking. I mean, ice. So whatever. And you just what the fuck? You can't get it. So today, and keep in mind, I ordered this game like a day or so after it came out. Like I just didn't know what the release date was, but I knew it was coming out soon. And like the first time I saw it on YouTube, like opening cutscene, I'm like, oh shit, let's go buy it. And I did, and today it shipped. Like today it shipped. Not today I got it. Today Amazon shipped it to me after I bought it weeks ago. Horse shit. Total. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I don't know if Iran is the only country that manufactures Resident Evil.
No, they have to funnel each one through the Strait
it has to
of
go
Hormuz.
through the Strait of Hormuz to get to the US.
I don't know what it is, but like ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's my Resident Evil.
I would assume that they just like
loop back around to my Resident Evil connecting tangents.
No, but I mean,
would
like
assume that they're just not doing very many physical.
I think that's probably it.
Cut back on it.
I'm Spanky. I am the same way. I only like buying physical games for my PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, which is probably going to bite me in the ass because the Xbox Series X sequel, Project Helix or whatever they're calling it's going to be like a PC that can play Xbox games. I doubt we'll have disc compatibility. So if I had the digital versions, I'd be able to play the games I bought probably. But anyway, but for PlayStation 5, I buy discs. For the Switch, I really buy stuff. Although I don't buy the game key cards because that I think is pointless.
No,
because the whole point of owning a physical game is that let's say the fucking world has ended and I'm in a bunker and I have my Nintendo Switch. Can I still play the game? Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I need. Give it to me. I don't want some online bullshit.
Or like I've got.
I might as well buy.
PS5.
I might as well buy just the digital one. What's the point? They have a digital key card that they use now.
Like I've got friends with PlayStation 5s and they like buy all digital games and they come over to my house and like, oh, what have you been playing lately? I'm like Hades or whatever, and they're like, oh, I haven't played that yet. I'm like, you want to borrow it? I can just give them that to borrow it. Like it's not like I'll have to convince these people to spend $60 on the PSN store. I'm like, no, here.
Do you remember?
You can borrow it from
back,
me. I'll just ask for it back in a couple months.
And it was, I think it may have been like E3 2019 or whatever, when the Xbox was talking about how they were going to have digital games that you could lend to your friend, and it was like this weird thing. And then Sony was like, let's dunk on them by making a video where Adam Boyes and Shu Yoshida are like, do you want to borrow my game? And he hands him a disc and he's like, thanks.
That was the 20, I want to say 12 or
that
13.
was Xbox One.
Okay, Xbox One. Yeah, okay. So PlayStation 4. Anyway, but like, but then it's like, okay, yeah, but now PlayStation sells a discless console too, so it's like, you dunked on them for doing that, but then that's where you went
that
anyway.
Was probably like three.
The only thing that I
go like the way these companies work, they're all ships enthusiasts.
Well, it's the Samsung like making fun of Apple for not having a headphone jack and then immediately getting rid of the headphone jack. It's the thing. It's like once they realize, oh, we can put a bigger battery in there and it reduces production costs if we do that, then do that. And then don't lower the price of the phone. Also make the price go up too. Yeah, because it's like whatever they can get away with, there's a reason they're getting away with it. There's a reason that they're not just putting it there.
So then you have to buy this. One of these, a DAC.
Dongles, charging and headphone.
Well, this is just a Fosse DAC for my super nice headphones because they need extra power to be driven.
Gotta amp up for those ohms.
Yeah, but I got the big jack and the little jack in there.
Nice.
I got the big hole.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is what was the tangent before Resident Evil?
Gachapon.
Oh, thank you. Matt remembers.
that was
Gachapon games are where you get random cards. Anyway, so Yeah, everything's gambling now, and it sucks. And I'm part of the I'm not part of the problem because I'm buying these cards because I want to have cards.
Yeah,
I'm not
I mean,
reselling.
part of the
You
problem
did
is
call them an
being-
investment earlier in this episode, though.
Well, they're an
You are a
investment
little-
in the fact that so there are people that treat sports. So there's a thing called like Pokemon investors. There's a subreddit, and then there's like people are like sports card investors and stuff. For me, an investment means that in 30 years, when Paige Beckers is in the Hall of Fame, I'll have this card and be like, I got this when she was a rookie. Remember her? Cool.
Yeah.
And this card might be worth like $100 then. Like, cool.
Yeah,
You're not looking to like.
I'm not
cash out
flipping
for your
shit. I'm not
retirement.
buying. Because like people right now, part of the sports cards like thing is fucking rip 50 packs, get your card, and be the first one to send it to PSA, the card grading, so that you can get yours back first, have the first PSA 10, put it on eBay because insane degenerates will buy it for whatever insane price it is. Like that Paige Becker's logo card that I showed off, that was selling for $300 the day I ripped it. And the price has now gone down to $130 because they've been out for months. Because people are insane. Like they tell you the print run of those logo prisms. That logo prism print run's like I think 3,000 are printed of that. You know, so there's gonna be more. Like why are you paying $300? Like that's like a one of 25 like price card. Like anyway, people are stupid. So you can make advantage of it. You know what I mean? So
Everybody is just a dopamine addict now.
exactly.
What am I gonna
Yeah.
wait for something?
It's just insane. So like to me, and oh boy, I can talk about it. Okay, so I went on Whatnot again. Remember the app that I talked about, where they like you can bid on cards or whatever, and it's
is that
insane.
the one where they like you don't even physically have the
No,
cards
that's
most of the
Arena
time?
Club. That's Arena
Okay.
Club. So Whatnot is like the live video. It's like Twitch, but for opening cards, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I went on there because I followed just a YouTube account of a guy who does cards, and he had like a Whatnot promotion. It was like get $15 for free on Whatnot. Little fine print on there. You get 15 on Whatnot after you've spent money on it. So you have to like make a purchase. So whatever. I watched a break where a guy was doing singles, and I bought like a Bucks AJ Green rookie card for I think I bid. I got $11. It signed. So I'm like, sweet, like cool. I got this one card, and then I got my free $15. So what I did is I joined a break. You know what a break is? I think I talked about this.
Oh, you talked about it, yeah.
Yeah, so a break
Yeah.
is when a breaker who is, oh my God, this guy is, there's like stereotypical like sports card guys. There's like the guy who is like wearing glasses and is like a nerd and like knows like all the stats and stuff. And then there's a guy who's like, what's up guys? We're breaking. I got my fucking Drake playing in the background and I'm like rapping along to it while I'm opening cards. It's like, yo bro, cap. Like that type of guy exists. Which was this guy who was running this break. But so they had Topps Chrome, and I was just flipping through channels because I saw I gotten my $15 credit, and I was like, whatever. So it was like Topps Chrome, which you can't buy in stores anymore. The product that was so overpriced, everyone said this is bullshit. It's $50 for a blaster, which is the small box, which are normally around $30. And I was like, this is stupid. Like fuck this. Okay, those cost $90 now on the secondary market because that people are insane. To be fair, this is like historically good rookie class. So like NBA rookie class is like hot this year. There's like 3 possible future Hall of Famers like in it. So makes sense. Like whatever. So I was like, you know what, whatever. And it had like random team you get in this break. And so like I was like, why not? Because I watched it for a second and they were all going for like $15. So I'm like, all right, I got my free $15. Let's do one of these. And so I did it, and I got a random team, and I got Atlanta Hawks, which is a terrible random team to get this year. I saw in the fine print, it says veteran base cards do not ship. So and so you get a team, and he opens 6 of these blasters, and you get whatever cards from that team that he pulls. But veteran base cards, so base cards that aren't rookie cards, they don't give you. You know, because they don't want to pay for shipping and because people don't care about them because they're not like worth money. I want the cards. Like I collect cards anyway. So not a big deal. I got Hawks, not great because I don't think they even have a rookie this year. I think they traded away their, so that was terrible. And then so I was like, fine, I need another one because I'm not going to get anything with that. And then I got Detroit Pistons for I think $10. So with my thing, I think I ended up spending like $8 of my own money, whatever. So I was like, whatever, I'm going to watch this break so I can learn what this system is like how this works. And so then you just watch them open packs of cards. And to my credit, or to the guy's credit, a fucking insane thing happened when this happens. This like first pack, he pulls a redemption card. So it's a card that says you can send this in to get a really nice card because like they don't put the super expensive valuable cards in the random packs. They put a redemption, so you mail it to them and they send it to you in nice packaging. Redemption pack, Cooper Flag to like new applicants rookie autograph to $199 or something. That Cooper Flag is possibly going to be the rookie of the year. He was the number 1 overall pick. This is a card that's worth.
I know his name, and I don't pay attention to anything. That's
this
not
card,
NFL.
well, he's 19. Like he's like the fucking legend Wonderkin, the Wonder Kid, as they would say in
the Wonder Kid and Ted Lasso.
Fucking Ted Lasso ruined me for that because now I say that the Wunderkind. Anyway,
you have to put the at the beginning if you want to skip that. The Wunderkind.
Yeah, Wunderkind. So the Wunderkind of the Dallas Mavericks, the guy everyone's talking about. It's a $1,700 card. That pulled, and the guy was just like sweet, and then you can see people in the chat, and so it's kind of fun. I understand there's some camaraderie there with like the 20 or 30 people that were in the chat.
What if we made gambling parasocial?
Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why craps is such a fun game to play, because everyone's around the table and you're all rolling together, so you're all having
craps
fun.
Is the one correct me if I'm wrong, is where there is literally no amount of skill whatsoever that goes into the game. It's 100% luck.
It's 100% luck, but it's better than roulette in the fact that you actually get to roll the dice, whereas roulette
Well, I mean, roulette also has like black versus putting it on 5 different numbers.
That's the way craps is too.
There are ways that you can play roulette that are safer or more risky. Craps is
the exact same way with craps.
There are still ways to hedge.
Yes.
Like you can hedge in.
I might be thinking of a different game then. I feel like there's
craps
a game
is where you need to. The craps is where you roll 7, and then you start I forget what it's called, like the roll.
Okay. Yeah,
I think craps has the lowest house advantage of all of the casinos.
There are the
craps and blackjack.
Literally just talked about this with a rider in my car today in Uber.
Okay.
The 3 lowest edge bets are perfect strategy blackjack, the don't pass in craps, and the banker in baccarat.
What is
so don't pass in craps is the don't pass in craps is roll a 7, I think, right, or something like that.
No, it's you want me to get into it?
No.
Really quick. Yeah.
We'll get into it. It's complicated.
Pass or push.
Just to say you go give the basic rules of craps.
Okay. There's a line that says I want the dice to win, and there's a line that says I want the dice to lose. Pass is I want the dice to win. Don't pass. I want the dice to lose. Perfect strategy is just mathematically there's a perfect decision to make it blackjack. If you make that decision all the time, the house edge is like 0.5%.
Hit me. That's the perfect decision. Hit me.
Yeah, and that's the one. If you do that, and then also are able to count cards on top of that, you are able to turn the advantage in your favor.
Yes, correct.
Assuming that they're not using like a constant shoe or multiple decks or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I was to say the only time I've ever played blackjack, which was not even at a casino, I don't think. It was multiple decks, so like there.
Yeah,
you could still
count.
Really super galaxy brain. But...
Correct. It's just diluted.
Now
it's actually
a lot of places have
easier on multiple decks.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like now, a lot of places will have a constant shoe, which is just like a series of decks, and you don't really know where they are in the series anyway. So.
I've had to take apart and refix it because they got stuck. Because remember, I worked in the business for a year.
Yeah.
The constant shuffler is actually just one deck. Sometimes.
Oh,
two.
really?
And you just every like 2 hands or so, you just take the cards that were dealt, put it back in. It basically is, think a Rolodex,
Okay.
and each of like 16 sections in a circle, and it will just randomly
Thank
like
God
put
this
the cards.
podcast is called Born in the 80s so that everyone
Yeah.
listening to it is old enough
Knows
to know
what a
Rolodex
Rolodex is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
But no, it's just
yeah.
yeah.
So the fun of craps is the fact that you're rolling together. Everyone's betting, and usually everyone is betting on the dice to win.
Yes.
And everyone's betting together, and it's fun, and that's a good bet. Like the don't pass and the pass are basic.
They're yeah.
You
They're
basically you get handed the dice, and then you basically every time you roll a 7, everyone that's put money down wins, and it's awesome.
a little different than that.
It
but
is
yeah,
a
I
little
get
different than that because there's 2 phases. But the phase in which every time you roll a 7 and everyone wins because you're betting on the let's roll a 7 because that's the whatever the best bet is just to do because it's a 7's the most likely thing to roll with 2 dice.
Yeah.
So boom, 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 you're winning, and everyone's awesome because you're just rolling 7s and everyone's great. So that's kind of the atmosphere that was in the break because everyone's just like, oh my God, this guy fucking did well. And everyone's like, I hope you guys all get good cards too. And everyone's going, and the guy's like, give me a sec, I'll put this on social. This guy, I mean, God bless him. I'm sure he's a nice person, but like
I'm sure
he
he's
just.
not.
Well, he was older. Like he's like maybe like in his 30s.
Wisconsin people, when you say bless him, you're like meaning it positively. When someone from Missouri says bless him, we're about to fucking drag them over the fucking coals.
That's Wisconsin. You know. Anyway, so the guy is just listen. Let me change up the vibe. Puts on a different rap track and is like not. Saying the words he's allowed to say along with it, like what he's doing.
None of the gamer words.
None of the gamer words. So he's opening up packs or whatever. It's pretty nice. There's a couple big cards. I did end up getting 2 cards in the entire break of 6 boxes with my 2 teams because I got one parallel of, I can't remember the name of the guy. He's the second-year player. Zachary Risseker. It's French. Anyway, he was like the number 2 draft pick last year. Anyway, so I got one of his parallels. It was like a silvery version. And then I got a Detroit Pistons red, white, and blue parallel thing, whatever. Anyway, so I got 2 cards, my entire thing. And for like the $8 I spent. But I mean, I would have spent, like 25 some, $30 ish or some nonsense. And then they did a giveaway during it, and I won the giveaway, which was awesome. So I did, and so I asked in the chat, like, what is the giveaway for? He's like, I'm going to throw up a givey because I think people obviously knew how this channel works because it's like, here's the other thing. The guy's like, all right, I'm out after this. The other guy's coming on to break. It's just always somebody walking into the office with boxes of cards, talking to people while it fills up, all the team slots fill up, and then doing it. It's just like, I just don't get. I can understand because it's on your phone and it's there and it's live and there's people chatting and shit, and everyone's talking about like sports and cards and like that, and like making fun of some of the players that didn't turn out, I get it, but like it's so gambly. And so I won the giveaway, and I was like, what's in the giveaway? And he said, oh, just some random base cards and cheaper shipping. So I got free shipping on my order, and
There you go.
I'm sure I'm getting some random base. I messaged them after just saying, hey, if you could send any Charlotte Hornets or Bucks cards, that would be most appreciated out of the base because that's the teams I'm collecting right now. So maybe I'll get something. I don't know. We'll see when they arrive. They said they shipped yesterday, so... But I wanted to be a part of a break to see what that is. And I would love to run breaks. Could I do that for a living? Because I would love to get paid to open packs of cards and talk to people. Yeah. It's like a bartender, you're just like chatting, and being like, oh, yeah. But that's not going to happen. So what I have done for my addiction that I'm fully saying about cards is that I have purchased, it is called All Sports VT, so it's like All Sports Vermont, and they sell boxes of packs, so just like a random assortment of packs of cards for $35, and I set it for monthly. So I'm gonna get like 6 packs of cards each month for $35. I'm like, that is So now I got something to look forward to open. I can afford. I canceled my cable, at the start of the year, so I'm saving like $80 or $90 a month on that. So
I canceled my cable, so now I can afford to buy a basketball card every month.
True.
And that's how I'm saving money.
But okay. But we all spend money on hobbies, and I was not using like $90 worth of my cable. And for at least cards, I'm gonna have fun opening up a gift box every month with a bunch of cards in it.
Do you know how much construction lumber you could buy with what you're spending on cards?
Yeah, I could build so many raised bed gardens.
Your whole backyard could be raised bed
You can
gardens.
start doing it professionally.
This is really growing on me the more I sip on it. I really like this. De la Calle.
Pineapple or whatever.
Yeah,
I wonder how like the
Tepache.
non-modernized, non-monk fruitified version tastes compared to that.
Probably pretty good. I bet. I wish I could.
Whenever I've had monk fruit and
they
stuff, I
had
can always
this-
taste like a weird flavor.
I guarantee you, Woodman's has the regular Tepache in there because they have everything there. They have a ton of Hispanic food stuff. So there's a pretty
Yeah,
large
they
Hispanic
do.
population in Madison. So, like, they got loads of shit. So I probably could have got it. So I'm sure I'll go back to Woodman's. I think when we were leaving there, I was like, why don't we go to Woodman's more? One, it's packed.
Yeah.
Two, because it's packed, it's kind of like waiting through like a combat zone when you're going to the aisles because there's thousands of people in there.
Yeah. The layout is always nonsense.
And it is a maze. It is a labyrinth in there. But they have everything. Like everything. Like their Asian section is an entire, maybe 100-foot aisle. I mean, they had British shit there. They had British candy. They had Tim Tams and Heinz beans but like 8 kinds, not just like the one that like your grocery store would have.
I think Tim Tams are Australian,
Yes.
but I get what you mean.
But they had their like
delicious. I love
British,
Tim Tams.
their Commonwealth goods section.
yeah,
There's
they have
wine
the like
gums.
koala things too.
I'm
Little
sure,
chocolate
yeah.
Wine
filled
gums are
koalas.
good.
So they had loads of shit. So I was like, this is fun. But the key. Oh, the other thing that Lauren and I have been, my wife, have been
My wife.
have been obsessing over for some reason. I don't remember why this came up, but Push Pops. Remember Push Pops?
Yeah.
I think that are you talking about Push Pops or are you talking about the Flintstones?
Yeah.
Sherbet
Yeah.
Push Pops.
They're not Push Pops because Push Pops is the little plastic lipstick case container
No.
of a sucker,
You're wrong.
of a Jolly Rancher.
Push pop. They had a bottom that you could push up. And then you could make it into a Flintstones car.
Oh.
When you were done.
Oh, you are all. We are wrong. We Mandela affected this.
Yeah.
It is
No,
push
what-
ups.
Push
Yeah,
up.
no, I was saying that. I was right.
You're
I
correct.
said that Push Pops.
You're
I
right.
am
Yes.
fully admitting that I was
It's
wrong.
not my fault that they didn't have
Yeah.
good brand recognition.
Okay.
Now I will say we all called them Push Pops because they were
Yeah.
popsicles. They were basically like popsicles.
Yeah.
But the card the toilet paper cardboard circle middle with Flintstones characters on the outside of it, and you pushed it up and out came sherbet.
Yes.
You can actually make your own with an old roll of toilet paper.
So okay, so I'm doing a little.
No, I destroy those cardboard rolls so bad because when I'm down to the end of a roll, I'm grasping at it for the fucking dear life, and I'm just like I'm tearing off the cardboard.
Oh, I
if
know.
I'm
That's what we
running
were
low.
talking about. We were talking about like the childhood, remembering hot summer, like in the park, just gnawing on that leftover cardboard because it still got a little
Yeah.
bit of that orange sherbet flavor in it.
Yeah, yeah.
So looking at push-ups, so we went. I was like, they got everything there. Did not have push-ups, and I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
They actually didn't have a ton of ice cream novelties there.
They do have pickle pops.
Because
So-
I was talking about this with John because I think I was on one of my old man yells at clouds. I'm like,
Yeah.
can't get your motherfucking Flintstones push-ups anymore. And John's like, they still sell those. I'm like, but they don't have Flintstones on them.
That's true.
It's not the fucking same if I can't have a Fred Flintstone push-up.
So they do still sell these, and I went online, I'm looking at these, and I want to tell you some of the hilarious. So they can't call them push pops. Because that's a brand, and they can't call them push-ups because that's a brand owned by Nestle. They were Wonka push-ups for a while because they were like, what if we did now they're Nestle push-ups. I want to give you some of the amazing other names from some of these generic brands. So there's Food Club. I don't remember where Food Club is the house brand of. They just call them push pops.
Okay.
So they
Food
just
Club feels like it was roundy.
maybe.
I think isn't that all like merged into Kroger and stuff? Now?
We have rainbow push pops from Crave apostrophe N, which I think is Walgreens carries those. Market Pantry calls them, which I believe is Target. Is that Target?
Target.
Yeah, Market Pantry calls them push pops. Okay. There's a Haribo push up, and this looks like it's British, so that's in England. Push up, and they're gummy bear flavor, like gummy bear. Nestle calls them push ups, and they have them. It says Dollar General nearby. 16 miles, it says. So, okay, not that nearby. But I wanted to go to my favorite of these. Runner-up might be the brand called Favorite Day. They're called Orange Sherbet Push Treats. A push treat.
Favorite Day. I know I've seen that.
I don't know where that is. Push treat.
Also Target?
Maybe.
Yeah, Favorite Day is also
Target. Is
it's
Target's
Market Pantry.
is like
They've got Good and Gather, they've got Favorite Day, they've got Market Pantry.
So this may have been why this may have been why we had this argument and confusion, because a lot of these non-name brand ones are called push pops.
I bet they get away with that because the actual thing called a push pop isn't an ice cream.
Yeah,
and
I
so
think
they
they're
can get
allowed
away
to.
with it you won't confuse if you're looking for a push pop and you're looking for the lollipop, you're not going to confuse the ice cream for it.
The winner, available as soon as 7 a.m. tomorrow. If I went to Walmart, I could get these. So I guess Walmart, which the Walmart Supercenter we have, is a huge amount of variety as well. Like I would say, like maybe like 90% of Woodman's. It's humongous in there. I could get the great value Orange Sherbet Tube.
Yes.
I didn't even try.
The tube.
They just call them tubes. And
That's amazing.
Can I tell you? I'm going to share this photo.
No pushing
the
action
fucking
involved.
In like the fucking mad lad, insane child that does this. Look at this sherbet. There's fucking teeth marks in this.
That's not how that works.
The kid just bit a chunk out of the top of the push pop. That's insane.
John, they bit a chunk out of the top of the tube.
Yes, it's true. They're orange tube. Anyway, blue
I'm just
ribbon.
excited that
Wait
if
a minute.
I ever need to...
Wait a minute. Hy-Vee has blue ribbon rainbow treat cool tube.
Cool
Yes.
tube.
I love cool
that
tube.
That feeling when you push your tube but she keeps biting.
Yeah, the rainbow cool tube. You know, remember when we were in high school and our parents were all panicking that people were going to rainbow tube parties?
No, God.
I'm just glad that if I ever need to talk about how many push-ups I can do, I can just talk about these instead. I can
Be sure to
like
check
30 or 40
your
push-ups.
kid's Halloween ice cream. I just found this in my kid's rainbow tube.
So the blue.
How many
so
push-ups can I do? 2 or 3, and then I get brain free.
Rainbow treat cool tube.
You know that one of my favorite things about Halloween candy is the two that have been around since the 80s of like they're putting drugs in the candy and they're putting razor blades in the candy. I don't think either of those have ever actually happened.
They have, but they were inspired by the rumor rather than
like those are copycats of the thing that never happened. But like when I think about it from the perspective of anybody who would do that, it's like, why would you give drugs to kids? Not because
Yeah.
it's bad, because drugs are expensive and you could have them instead.
Yeah.
Like you're not selling candy to kids, you're giving it
Yeah.
away. You don't give them drugs. You use that on yourself to get high with. And then with razor blades, it's like you will see if someone put a fucking razor blades are very big in a candy. How are they gonna hide a razor blade in a fucking candy?
They put it in
The
the
only-
apples. Because you know how kids are so excited about eating apples that they don't look. To
And
see if there's
also, how do you get a razor blade
razor-blade-sized
into an
hole in
apple
it?
without having a fucking razor blade shaped hole in it?
That's good. It's
Oh my
like turning
God.
brown instantly and like spreading in an obvious way.
Yeah, because that's how apples work.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Turns out people are stupid.
Okay.
And anyway, just give the kids the razor blades. They'll don't even put it in candy. They'll
Yeah.
still hurt that's more likely to have a desired effect of hurting the child because they will
Just
accept
give
it and they'll
Alright.
just fucking cut each other with it because they're children.
Dude, when I was a kid, I loved chewing on like metal zippers and stuff. I would have chewed on a razor blade.
Just
A delicious metal taste.
I don't know if I've ever like had a fixation of chewing on like metal stuff, like the end of a number 2 pencil or anything like that. I've certainly done it before, but like I never remember being fixated with it. But I do remember whenever I was about 4 years old, I decided to like chomp down on a C-cell battery. And that was a very like I still to this day remember going like that was a cool texture that it had when I chomped down on it because it's sealed, right? And I didn't have sharp enough teeth to puncture it at all.
Yeah.
So it was like a metal balloon that I was just like gnawing on. And like that was fucking cool. I never did it again because even when I did it at age 4, I was like, this isn't something I should do. But I'm 4 and therefore I'm going to. The same age that I was when I was like, what if I just took scissors and cut power cords to the fan? Like that would be funny, wouldn't it? And I just bzzzt. That was cool. Got yelled at a lot for that.
Okay. So, we need to continue our podcast, and I think we know what time
We're doing
it
a
is.
podcast?
Yeah.
I think you know what time it is.
I have an announcement before we get there.
Okay.
This is my contribution to the podcast. Let's just say I have joined a club that Spanky has joined pretty recently.
The D Club?
Club
The
Penguin?
D Club.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. The medical D Club.
Uh-huh.
Not the
Oh, welcome to the club, TJ. I
Not-
hope you like oatmeal.
not the D Club of Game Grumps.
No,
No.
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 This is the
Wilford Brimley Club.
yeah. I was gonna say
Oh.
Our Lady.
I was like, the
It
diary.
took Matt a while.
Yeah, well, he's
I
now
was just stuck on
attending the
diarrhea.
Our.
I couldn't. I
Yeah.
was like,
I
what
think
does
once
Spanky
I
do all
said
the
it,
time?
once I said the D Club, I was like, oh, the D. Ah, interesting. How did this come across?
Well, I just went to the doctor.
And they were
We
like,
did some blood work, and all of my indicators say I'm no longer I'm full-fledged.
I see.
They were like,
Hooray.
please describe your favorite drinks to us. And that was the test.
You're one of the many.
Yeah.
I'm sure I will be there someday as my grandparents and my mom cross that bridge in their later years. I guess maybe I have better genetics with my terrible diet that I probably won't hit there for another 10 years, but
Yep.
Look, for millennials, it's all going to be diabetes and colon cancer. So that's
Yeah.
what we
Yeah.
all
Hey.
have to look forward to.
I'm good
Yay.
for colon cancer because I got my colonoscopy and I was clean as a whistle, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
The only like I remember saying this whenever I was talking about it on the last podcast I was on, but like the main changes in my life are I have one funny story to tell after this, but the main changes in my life are that I eat oatmeal for breakfast instead of anything else for breakfast, and I do always eat breakfast instead of skipping it. And also like when I'm ordering food anywhere, I'm like, does this have whole grains or at least dietary fiber in it? And that's about it. Like, I haven't had any like severe issues with like blood sugar or anything. And I feel like if you're not having severe issues and you like I did, just have your doctor go, "Hey, your blood work says diabetes." And that's usually early enough to where like you haven't fucked up a lot of like your nerves from too much glucose. So just eat whole grains and your body will be like, shit, I don't know what to do with this. We need to get this out right now. This is fucked up. This is horrifying. I don't know what dietary fiber is. And so it just shoves all the glucose into doing that instead of going into blood. I don't know if that's actually how it works.
I don't think
that's the way that my doctor explained it to me whenever I said, explain it to me like I'm the dipshit that I am, please.
I don't know what's going to happen if I ever have diabetic neuropathy because I already have peripheral neuropathy in my feet just from whatever. Because this started happening when I was like maybe 26 or something. And I went to the doctor and they were like, yeah, you don't have diabetes. Your blood sugar's fine. So I don't know what's going on. We can't figure it out. But so I have some numbness and tingling in my feet. And I have for like 15 years. But so I'm like, if I ever have it, I won't know it's from the diabetes.
I mean, I only did for 2 weeks, but that was an ingrown tometnail, and I finally got it out.
Well,
so
there you go.
That was
you don't want
good.
that.
But
well, good luck,
no,
TJ. What do you get to? Do you get to take metformin or?
That's exactly what I take it twice a day.
That's a good medication. That's like a medication that supposedly just makes you live longer.
Yeah.
So,
what is it? It's like. Does
It's
your blood sugar stuff better?
It more efficiently takes your blood sugar and stores it, and inhibits absorption in the large intestine.
Yeah.
So do people still do?
It means that your
insulin, or is
poops
that,
are going to taste a lot sweeter.
phased out?
Yeah, exactly.
Insulin is mostly for type 1 diabetics unless you get to the point where like your body really just fucking cannot regulate up or down. So with type 2, you can get to the point if your body's like ability to regulate glucose is so fucked up that like sometimes there's way too much no matter what you do, and then you'll fall off a cliff and you will need insulin, then your body just won't make any. But like for the most part, it's just type, like definitely anyone our age is almost definitely, if they're on insulin, they're a type 1 diabetic.
That's part of the reason why I've been doing dietary fiber supplements is because I know it's good for your blood sugar. So knowing my family history, I've been doing that for like 5-10 years now at this point, because I'm like, I should just be on top of this, ahead of it. I'm not eating better.
I guess I did change one thing. I started buying, because I'm not on metformin. I might end up being on metformin, but like my doctor was like, why don't you try adjusting your diet and exercise lifestyle a bit and then report back, and we'll do some blood stuff then, because TJ is a full 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
So he's falling apart more than I am. Therefore, I might be able to honestly, I'll probably be on metformin by the time I'm TJ's age.
Yeah.
So I think I'm probably just on the same fucking track there. But
that's one of those drugs that has like 0 side effects and only is good for you.
Other than slightly looser stools, but whatever.
I mean, eats.
I'm already doing a paint job every time I can.
This actually helps.
Join the bidet
this actually is
club
a
and you'll be
bonus. That's a good side effect.
But the one change that I made that besides besides the whole grain and dietary fiber stuff, which by the way, Taco Bell has quite a lot of dietary fiber if you get the black bean stuff.
Yeah, beans are good.
For fast food in general, it does. But like if you're sad about oh no, I'm diabetic, I can't have fast food, the black bean chalupa is there for you, my friend.
Black beans there, and
they're
now that
good.
I've had them, and now that they're good.
Yes, the black bean.
No, I like. It's been a long time since I've bought a chicken or a beef chalupa because I just actually really like the black bean.
They're very well
seasoned.
Just sub the black beans in any of the other things. The cheesy double beef. No, get it cheesy double beans. Either the refried or the black beans. So good.
I do like beans.
Is one a day. I've been taking the more expensive one a day mins, which is just like I had one that had like vitamin D and like I had the knockoff brand basics. That was like 4 vitamins. Yeah. But the one that I've got now, it's got like 11 or whatever different vitamins in it. So
I'm excited.
I've taken that too.
I'm excited for you guys to possibly end up taking Ozempic, so I can hear your we can trade battle stories.
That might be a thing that might happen.
Yeah. Because
we've got
that's what it's for.
We have other things.
Yeah, it works really good.
The doctor's concerned with some other things as well.
Sure, of course. I mean, hell, dude.
High blood pressure.
It's sleep apnea.
I don't have anything.
Like all these things.
My doctor is always like, "How do you not have high blood pressure?" And I'm like, I don't know. I take Adderall every single day. I'm pissed off at everyone all the time. I'm overweight and I'm diabetic, and my blood pressure is like 113/80 or whatever it is. It's like, damn, your blood pressure.
I think your body just is regulated to you. It knows. Your heart knows not to like pump more.
Yeah, I'm like Bane from Spider-Man. It's like I was born in the diabetes, molded by it, and so therefore my blood pressure can handle it.
Yeah.
My blood pressure used to be great. This last time, 130/98.
Ooh.
Yeah, that low number was spicy.
There.
Yeah,
it could be a lot worse. But
I'm on beta blockers.
You don't want
anxiety, so I'm
medicated. I was about to say I take a metoprolol and valsartan, so my blood pressure is I'm like 120/80, like right on the dot.
The funny thing about when I get my blood pressure taken is that I'm very talkative. If you can imagine that when the nurse is taking it.
No way.
And
I have the same problem.
And the way that it listens to. Like it uses sound waves to like listen to the blood going through your veins in your arm or whatever to do it on the machine that they use, and I'm just like the specific like frequency that I talk at, like my voice fucks it up every time, and like a couple times the nurses don't know that that happens, and they'll be like, oh my god, like I've had that happen once or twice, and like my reaction is never to get scared about it. I'm just like, what is it? They're like, let's do that again. I'm like, yeah. Do you know that when I talk, it fucks it up, right?
I need to shut up.
And yeah, so I'm going to shut up this time.
Hard to do. Okay.
And then last thing before we move on, we are 4 weeks from Midwest Gaming Classic.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah, we just had the announcement that was it LGR?
Legit Game Reviews, I think it stands for.
Lazy Game Reviews?
Lazy Game Reviews, I think so.
Reviews. Oh man, dude, there was a video he put out recently that where he got, I forget what it's called. It was the laptop that he got delivered. It was like an old like laptop, like a 386 laptop that was just annihilated when he received it, because like he had the plastic and it just crumbles in your fingers, and it's like whatever they made this plastic out of. So I actually had another YouTuber who was good at like 3D printing and designing, like rebuilt like a plastic case for it, and it looks awesome. I watched that video recently and I was like, that's nice that he got the old laptop back. But anyway, that's cool. That's cool. I wonder if he'll do a panel, but they've had people like him there before. I forget the name of the guy that was there last year. Oh, Ben Hacks. He did like a tutorial of creating your own like LCD Game Boy Advance, like old school. So like you would bring your stuff and your tools, and then they would provide you the kits, and then you would just walk through making one with everyone. So they do some cool shit like that. So I'll have to keep an eye out for the panels. And events and stuff that we can sign up for.
They are starting to put stuff up now.
Yes, so. I just saw that they're starting to put the schedule up. So, and I saw they announced, and we'll get to play this Friday since we need to make sure to get there early because it'll be very difficult to get to it. The Pokemon pinball table that was just released will be there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, last year it was the D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons pinball table that was like the hot new one that they had there. So yeah, they've got Williams and Stern will bring like new tables and stuff there, and they'll even bring like beta tables and stuff there to try out. So yeah, there's some really cool shit there. But I think it'll be really cool to see. Spanky, you're gonna fucking nerd out over that room though, where they have all of the old PCs and old shit. And, like,
that's one of my favorite things about any, like, because every con has like the room that they had to book because they had to buy the whole venue, but like they don't know what to do with it, so they're like, just bring in your fucking Apple IIs and Commodores and shit, and then because all the nerds who have that are desperate, like me, of course,
show off their old computer,
they're like desperate to have something to do to justify holding on to this fucking 50-year-old computer shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I did contact Midwest Gaming Classic because I had a question. I think I asked off after the podcast one of the last times we were on. I was trying to figure out if the after party was 18 plus or 21 plus.
Yes.
So I contacted them and they responded to me. I could pull up the email, but it's really simple. At the end of the day, it's just they said that the after party is a quote rated M for mature.
Okay.
Topics may be maybe adult in nature, but they're not restricting or doing whatever. And that they recommend but do not require that any minors are with their parents, or at least have their parents' permission.
Okay, yeah, because if I remember correctly, the way it was set up last year is they had like the Voodoo Ranger IPA lounge. I think they have like drinking areas. So if you can drink and want to buy drinks and get the free ones that they're giving out, there's that area, and there's other stuff going on where not drinking is happening for younger.
So I got all the VIG tickets for everybody.
I'm looking forward to what the swag bag has. I think it comes with a game, like an NES or something.
It's an NES game / lanyard, like it's a wearable NES cartridge,
and then you can play it and put it in the NES and it'll work. So yeah, they do some fun.
Is anyone of our party going in cosplay at all?
Lauren
like
will.
TJ, is it you to your kids or anything like that?
I'm thinking about it, but I think I'm the only one who's thinking about it. I mean, my one kid might wear their Sheikah hoodie, but that's about it. Or Sheik hoodie.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone in particular is thinking. And okay? This other one's just came out of nowhere, just to say I will. What are you thinking? Just say some things because we're on the podcast. Okay, it's fine. No one cares. You can do it.
Spanky, I've decided what I'm going to go as. I'll do cosplay.
Okay. What is it, John?
I'm going to go as cosplay because it's very light cosplay and it will tie in with your character.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go as Dodgson from Jurassic Park.
Yes! You just have to have sunglasses and
a straw hat, a red polo, and khakis.
Nice.
Yeah, so
and a can of Barbasol. I have to have a can of Barbasol.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna do the Barbasol thing because I have an empty can of Barbasol.
I was like, one of us has to have the Barbasol.
Yeah.
Oh, so there may be the Jurassic Park truck that was there last year. They had one of the Jeeps there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm going to see if it's possible.
If
I could buy a little can of whipped cream and hook it up to the to the inside of the Barbasol. That way, I could have the Barbasol be a little bit longer than the whipped cream, and then we can have the unscrew and have dinosaur DNA inside of there. And just 3D print a little piece of like with clear filament or something.
I'll have to tell Lauren she's gonna have to dress up as Ellie Sadler then.
She volunteered, which character was sorry. So if you didn't know, either Matt or TJ, I'm going as Dennis Nedry, Wayne Knight's character from Jurassic Park, because there are 2 outfits. One of them, 3 if you count the one which is just his work outfit while wearing the raincoat. I ordered a yellow raincoat, and nice. I'm going to get some vinyl and print out the Jurassic Park logo to put on the chest and on the back. And but it's like there's 2 outfits, and it's 3 days, so that means I can go and cosplay 2 of the days and then just wear my regular clothes one of the days. And if it rains at all, I'll have a raincoat that's part of the cosplay, which is pretty cool. But the outfit is a members only jacket, which my mom went on eBay when I told her I was doing this and bought me an actual from the 80s members only jacket.
Nice.
So I'm gonna have that now, and a polo that I'm gonna go to the thrift store and find one that's close by. The other one is a Hawaiian shirt, and I really do want to try and find the correct Hawaiian shirt. But there's a lot of like ones that you'll find if you search like Dennis Nedry shirt, and it looks kind of sort of like it, but it doesn't. And I'm like, why would you even sell this if it looks so not exactly like it? And they're probably cheap and bad. So I'm gonna try and find like, because I know the name of the company that made the one that Wayne Knight wore in the movie, and I'm just gonna see if like at thrift stores I can find one that's like that company or near or close to buy it. But I don't know what kind of pants he's wearing. There's only one shot of that you kind of get a little bit of Wayne Knight's pants in the Hawaiian shirt scene. But he's got a Casio calculator watch, and depending on whether or not I have my Pebble at the time, because my Pebble should be in the mail soon.
I may end up doing a Dr. Alan Grant one as well.
That'd
Sam,
be good too.
I mean,
we could just go.
It's literally khaki shorts with a jean shirt tucked in, and then a red little scarf that he has.
One of the things I was thinking is that, like, of our crew, Matt would make a really fucking good Jeff
Dr. Ian
Goldblum.
Malkin, yes.
Yeah. Like,
you just need a shirt
because of your glasses, largely. But like you have curly hair, and none of the rest of us do.
Yeah.
And you wear the black rimmed glasses, and like none of us look like the other characters we're going as, besides like the clothes we're wearing. So like you're already one upping us on just even that. So if you want to go to GamerCon, you've got your cosplay set up already. Honestly,
do you have a black button-up shirt and a necklace?
Yeah. Being with us and looking the way that you naturally do, people will probably think you're just cosplaying as him anyway. They're like, well, that's your Jeff Goldblum, obviously.
Yeah. And then halfway through, I start transforming into a fly.
Yeah.
Oh, you could do that as a second day cosplay.
I forget what we were doing, but like it was one night after me and John and John's wife were hanging out, and we were just talking about what we were gonna go as, and Lauren was like, "Oh, I'm going as Waluigi, Waluigi." And
Yes.
she's like, "You could go as Wario," and I'm like, "Well, I don't really want to buy purple overalls. Like that's the thing about Wario is that he wears fucked up colored or overalls, and I don't want to, I don't want to buy fucked up colored overalls that I'll never wear again." So I was just looking through like what's some 90s movies or something that's just like a guy. And I was looking at 90s movies. So I'm like, that's when like Hackers came out, and I'm like, I don't look like any of the people who was in Hackers, but like that would be a fun cosplay to go to. And I'm like, oh yeah, Dennis Nedry from fucking Jurassic Park. He's like just a guy who works in IT, the thing that I am. So I was like, I'm gonna do that. I sent that message to Lauren because she'd already gone to bed. And she said, do I need to be Laura Dern? I would love to be Laura Dern. And I don't think that, I mean, she could, but like she seemed pretty excited about Waluigi. So I don't know what Lauren's going to end up doing. But yeah, that was a good pull because the total costume, if I can even nail it perfectly, like I get like the Casio calculator watch. I'm sure they have like a modern vintage version of it that I could get if the old ones on eBay are expensive. If I track down the Hawaiian shirt that's correct, and I get I think Mom spent $10 on the members only jacket. If I went full out like 1-to-1, I'd spend less than $100 on this cosplay. And also, it's mostly clothes that I would wear. Like it's a polo shirt and slacks and well, I probably wouldn't wear the Casio watch, but I would wear my Pebble. And if that comes in before then, I'll probably just wear the Pebble because it already looks a little bit like a calculator watch anyway. And I'll set a watch face on it that's got that makes it look like a calculator watch because I know that exists. But yeah, that was a fun thing to pop in my head. I'm excited to do that. And my only what's my gimmick is if anyone clocks me as Dennis Nedry and wants a picture, if they don't say please, I'll go, you didn't say the magic word.
Nice.
Okay. So let's talk about the final thing we're going to talk about on the podcast before I tant the next thing we'll do. But you know what time it is. It's time to look at a Zanga blog.
Zanga blog.
It's time to time travel back to 2005.
I don't want to come back.
Untitled, Wednesday 31, August 2005. Classes have started. Oh, I got to move this so I'm pointing at the mic when I'm talking. Sorry. I'm just resizing this window.
Classes have started and asses have farted.
Yes. I'm doing the Windows thing where you make like one half. All right, now it's correct. All right. Classes have started, and I'm just a little bit concerned. I think I'm going to have an amazingly busy year. I don't know if I'll have a life outside of school and work and RA duties. Jeez. As I was an RA this year of college. To quote Charlie Brown, well, we'll see how it goes. I think what's really interesting about the previous blogs and stuff we talked about is I completely didn't talk about the weed smoking that happened. Because
the cops will come and arrest you.
I had never smoked of the marijuana leaf until the last month of classes, like May 2005, because our neighbor was way into weed, and then it was like the basketball bros that I was with that were part of the basketball team that I somehow got put into. Season stuff was over, and like it was like finals were coming, so it was like basically school's over.
Yeah.
And so we're just gonna smoke weed and watch Family Guy and play a ton of Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec on the PlayStation 2.
Nice.
And watch my stoned neighbor play Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube.
Hell yeah.
So I'm just wanted to point out that I decided not to blog about that because, police or whatever. Anyway, Untitled, Wednesday, 07, September 2005. So a whole week later. I was going to post something, but I don't feel like it right now. I am not wanted. Anonymous
incel phase.
Anonymous has posted as a response, liar. Someone's trying to cheer me up. So the next day I posted.
Or they're just like, calling you a liar because they hate you for lying, and they're kicking you while you're down.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. You're also a liar.
Untitled, Thursday, 08, September 2005. Wow. I sure was depressed when I wrote that last post. Wow. I was stretched pretty thin at that point. So yeah, I like how I'm apologizing for just saying one thing where I was like, man, I'm depressed. I was stretched pretty thin at that point. So yeah, if I've written anything, I would feel depressed now that I wrote it. Well, I'm on lab day. The quote, I have a lab day. Cheer up. Hey, cheer up. It's lab day. Hip, hip, hooray. No, I'm not excited to have a day with a chem lab from 8 a.m. to 12. Ugh. So I must have signed. So I was a bio major. So I had chem lab and bio lab that you'd have to do once a week. It was like the lab exercise stuff and whatever. And so I had signed it up so that I'm assuming, this is Thursday. So they would do lab days on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then there would be the AM and PM shifts. And so I scheduled my schedule to do lab day. So I'd have all of my day in the lab basically. So I had 8 a.m. to 12 chem lab, and then 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. bio lab. So I was just in the fucking science lab building all day, basically. But that chem lab, rough. 8 a.m. Like, that's get up, get to school by 8 a.m. for a fucking lab. Anywho, today is a new day, and I'm feeling much better. About the whole I'm not wanted thing. I still feel unwanted, but it is a new year, and I haven't built any relationships yet. So I'm a little bit on
New year, new me.
I'm a little bit on
Worse.
the lonely side. Being shot down by a girl does not help anything anyway. Things could be worse. Unthing. I'm just looking for a boyfriend-free girl. I'm kidding. That's my Chris Chan reference. All right, moving on. Ugh. I've made myself sad again.
Please don't ever make a Chris Chan reference again.
Too late. Good thing I have Biolab to cheer me up. I am such an emo kid. Untitled, Sunday, 18 September 2005. So about a week and a half later. Interesting. I am sorry for going off on Mike and Kevin. They are cool. I was just so pissed off when I wrote that. Oh, so a blog post was deleted.
Oh.
Yeah, a little brash. It is okay. They are good friends. I'm just sure they were too busy at the moment with their own shit to do anything else. So I think it was probably
John wanted to hang out, and they
I think
said
that's
no. And
probably what happened. No, actually, I'm almost certain what happened is that a group of the RA people, because I know Mike and Kevin were both RAs that were in my building, went off and did some other activity that I was not invited to. I'm assuming. But we did other stuff together.
About it.
I'm pretty sure it was probably just they didn't think about it because we weren't that close. I mean, it's fucking. We're 2.5 weeks into the school year at this point, and we all met, like recently. So anyway, well, this weekend was fun but short. I was supposed to be on duty, but I switched it up because the choir retreat was supposedly supposed to be this weekend. I cleared out my whole schedule for that, and poof, it was canceled. We're not doing it, so I had nothing to do. Friday night, watched 2 Jane Austen movies, Persuasion and Sense and Sensibility. It was with
Which version of Sense and Sensibility?
It was the whole Risk playing crew from last year. If you remember previously in these posts, I had talked about playing Risk board games. I think I called them the board
Risk
game crew.
is something you do in college and never again, huh? You're like,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, let's do Risk. That's a grown-ups board game, and then you do it a couple times in college, and you're like, fuck that.
The whole Risk crew from last year: Amy, Kelly, Michelle, Kelsey. I figured I had nothing better to do, so I went. I was kind of afraid to go because I had some issues yet to settle with Amy. Yeah, I believe I asked her out, and it was a no.
Wow, that's fucked up.
But it was pretty cool. Alex Mello came down. TJ knows that person.
I do know that person.
I believe he dated Michelle. Maybe they're married.
Which Michelle?
I think it's probably the one that who's he married to?
Shorter Michelle.
I don't know. Anyway,
So yes,
probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why he came down, I'm sure. It was pretty cool. I hate to say this, but those movies are actually pretty good. Huh? Get it? Saturday night, hung out with Kevin. This is the aforementioned Kevin that I was mad at. We hung out in his room on Saturday night because he was, I'm assuming, presumably on duty because I wasn't. We watched the movie Heavyweights, which is one of my favorite movies. And he was talking about how it was one of his favorite movies, so we bonded over that. I love that movie. It was a movie I watched as a little
Great
kid.
Ben Stiller performance.
Yes. You know how little kids like to watch the same movie like every day over and over again? This was one of mine.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool
Mine
night.
was The Lion King.
Vanessa and Regina
my sick day
stopped.
movies were The Sandlot and Tremors.
Yeah. I
had a friend whose movie was The Sandlot.
Yeah. I didn't really have.
I watched Grease a lot.
Heavyweights.
That's a weird
was
one, but I liked Grease.
I liked Heavyweights. I like Hot Shots Part 2. I watched a lot. I'm trying to think of the ones that were.
Breakfast Club. I watched Breakfast Club
that's a
over and
good
over and
one.
over again.
That's a good one. So I said I love that movie. You know how little kids like to watch it. Blah, blah, blah. It was a pretty cool night. Vanessa and Regina stopped over too. That was pretty cool. I think you know Regina because she was roommates with Ashley. I think maybe you met TJ. I don't remember.
I know who Regina is.
Okay. I was about to say, I don't remember if we crossed paths that other year when I was with Drew in his apartment when they were neighbors. Anyway, And then Vanessa was a girl I think who had liked me, and I kind of liked her, but we never connected. Because we'd always hang out. I watched a lot of reality TV with her. We watched I remember watching. Oh my God! Maybe we'll get into it in later ones, but I'm just remembering it now. Is that we watched that horrible reality show that was the one because we got. I don't know if we necessarily got free cable, but it was really cheap to get in your room if you wanted it. So I think certain people would have cable, so we watched. Who's the guy from Kiss? Gene Simmons. He had a reality show.
Yeah,
we watched his terrible
he
reality
did.
show.
Fuck, what was that called?
I know. I just distinctly remember sitting in her little tiny apartment watching on an old tube cable TV, like on the couch together. Not
Family Jewels.
Gene Simmons' Family Jewels.
Not wanting to me not being too scared to sit next to her. You know what I mean? Watching Family Jewels. What a time. Anyway, so that was pretty cool. Sunday, Chem Homework and APT Macbeth. That's American Players Theater. We went to see Macbeth for, I'm assuming, theater. Awesome. Well, we'll have to see how next week go and whether or not I can resolve these issues I have, quote unquote issues I have.
What issues?
The dating issues.
Oh.
The fact that she said she wasn't interested.
I thought you were talking about depression because I would have answered that one. I was like, no.
Okay, here we go. We're going to finish off September. So Wednesday, September 21st. I really like to do Wednesday night, huh?
Yeah.
What do I feel like? I feel like a piece of taffy that is being pulled in 10 different directions. Let's see, do I do 10?
Why? I feel like taffy is pulled in 2 directions.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Normally.
But that's the thing. That would be normal for
Don't
taffy.
say
But what if
one
taffy was
direction,
pulled
you
10
put it on
directions?
a hook
It'd be
and
crazy. You know what I mean?
That would be fucking crazy.
So that's
That
what
would
I'm
be
feeling
so
like.
fucking crazy.
All right, so I did write 10 directions here. We have school, work, acting. I want to do more. Friends. I hang out with lots of people. Me time. Video games. Damn their trickery. And this is, of course, World of Warcraft at this point.
I like how
Yeah.
video games is not included in me time.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was World of Warcraft.
Exactly.
It's
Wait,
That is
not
that
a
is
fun
not
thing,
me
it's an
time. That is
obligation.
detrimental to your health.
me time. Video games. Damn their trickery. Women.
A woman.
women.
Notice they're
am I
different from
right?
friends. Yep.
RA stuff, homework, and number 10, just typing out the word So I don't know if that's a direction. I guess 9 directions with the.
You know what's funny is that the fact that you didn't say females gave me so much respect for you.
I don't know if I ever did that because it gave. And now I'm saying that I'm
kind of
sure in the future we are like
feel like that was
maybe
kind of a
40% through the blogs. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like females was kind of a post Reddit thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna control F after we get
It
through
feels
this one.
later.
So I really want to be in plays and stuff, and I'm always too busy. I'm not available on Tuesday or Wednesday nights. It sucks. RA stuff is a lot of work. Wow. Yeah. So I couldn't do like acting in plays because I was an RA and I had, nights where I was on duty. I wrote, Ashley, if you want to hang out, IM me or call me. I'll make time for my friends. I'm just too busy to not have to schedule friend time ahead of time. Wow. Anonymous said, work that magic stick. And JT Rowe, me, responded, lol, more like lack of women, but trying to get women so the magic stick can have something to do.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Ashley says the whole
said
magic
this
stick.
Lots respect lost.
The whole
You were
magic
doing so well.
the whole magic stick comments are starting to remind me of horse cocks. ...
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that was. I don't know what that is. That was an in joke between Ashley and her friends
Yeah.
about me because I was tall, I suppose. And I wrote, "Wow, well, yeah." And then she said, "I suppose it can't be helped."
Have you started Pathfinder at this point? like your Pathfinder group? Because I know you talked to me
D&D.
about Pathfinder.
It was Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition at that point, but I
Okay.
think
I
that
don't
is
think that they
about.
had-
I think that is around this time because I believe it was the boyfriend of one of the people that was on my floor was into D&D, and he went to school in Madison but not at Edgewood, and we went to his house to play, and I went with
Pathfinder
one of
came out in 09.
what did
The Pathfinder.
yeah,
so
it was
couldn't have been
pre
Pathfinder.
it was
Oh, no.
just tabletop RPGs, what we'll say. So
Gonna say because Pathfinder didn't come out until I was nearly done with high school. Because I didn't play D&D, and then when Pathfinder came out, I'm like, I'll play that. That seems a little bit less fucked up than D&D.
all right, Spanky. So you may have forgotten this, but
I definitely did. No matter
July
what it
of
is.
2005, so the summer previous, I wrote, I am abstaining from all relationships for now. I'm like a Buddhist monk. No females are needed.
Yeah, I think that's why I had the reaction that I did because I thought you were a user of that word.
I will say
from something
that is the
previous.
only time in the entire blog I wrote the word females. So
Well, you good job.
yeah,
Good job.
I think I knew. Anyway, so that is it. We've got October 2005 coming up. What am I saying? Oh, I'm just literally talking about how busy I am and how addicted to WoW I am. So anyway,
Did you start in 2005 or did
Yep.
you start in 2004?
2005.
So we started the same year.
I
Of course, I was 13.
I
but-
distinctly remember how it happened was I got a PC Gamer magazine, which I subscribed to, demo disc that had World of Warcraft on it, and with a free 14-day trial, and I needed to have a credit or debit card to do it, and I got one that summer when I had my job between like my first and because everything was checks before then, of course,
Yeah.
in 2004. Checks or cash, get stuff from the ATM. And I had my own debit card, and so I was able to pay for a World of Warcraft subscription with my debit card, which you needed to do the trial, if I remember correctly. And I started playing during that week of RA time, like where it was before the kids had moved in and we were doing like our training and getting to know each other exercises and stuff. So I had lots of free time at night. And so I got fully addicted to World of Warcraft in like August, September of 2005.
The
So.
catalyst for me was an episode of Cheat with Kristen Holt on G4.
We
'Cause
watched
I'd like seen
this.
it in magazines before, and I was a big fan of Warcraft 3, but I didn't care. I didn't care about World of Warcraft because it wasn't an RTS game, and that's what I was into about Warcraft. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's neat, but I don't need an EverQuest. And then I saw that episode of Cheat with Kristen Holt, and had the how to get the Westfall chicken on it. I remember was one of the things that was done, and I was just like, oh my god, I have to play this. I have to play this game now.
Mhm.
And I had like an E-Machines with 512 megabytes of RAM and like a $30 graphics card that I found at the mall and dial-up internet. And I tried my best. It did not go well for a long time. And arguably has never gone well because it's still me playing World of Warcraft. But, that was.
I mean, it's
it
a
was
lot more
rough.
chill than it used to be.
Bad latency.
Yeah. And I remember distinctly the upcoming summer and like fall breaks having to play it over. And that was the other thing is that having high speed internet in college, having my laptop hooked up to
Yeah.
the Ethernet cable we had in the dorm, and that was like pre Wi-Fi being like big. Like everyone had laptops, but you had to hook it up to the plug in the wall.
Yeah, that was when you had those like wireless B.
I had a card.
Wi-Fi. So like,
I had a card
yeah.
I slid into my laptop to give it wireless.
There were PCMCIA cards and wireless B routers,
Yeah.
and they were so fucking slow that like, it was cool it was cool that it was wireless, but it was slow as shit. So like it was only cool if you needed it to be wireless, otherwise you still plugged it in.
I remember specifically where I worked at IT at that college is the installing of the Wi-Fi in all of the dorms was something I was a part of. So, all right, well that is it for this episode because it is late. I do have homework for everyone for next episode.
Okay.
Or at least the next episode all four of us are together. It's a bit late because it is past March basically now. But I opened it up and I put it in the Bytecast discussion. But let us read the March 1996 issue of Nintendo Power and talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that is exactly 30 years old, right?
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
Yeah. Wait.
35.
96 is 30 years old. 91?
No, 96 was like 10
I'm
years
33
ago.
and I was born in 93, so
Yes.
96 is
30 years
yes.
old. So it is 30 years old, and I wanted to go over it. And the reason why I picked that month was because it's this month, but also reading through it and going to the last section. A, there's a lot of Virtual Boy shit in
Hell
there.
yeah.
But B, talking of they finally named the new 64-bit console.
Yeah, that's not
What'd they
the
name
Ultra
it?
64 anymore.
Correct. So there was a teaser for April's issue. So maybe we'll read. Let's do March and April because
Okay.
whatever. Because April was the very iconic, and this may be the very first issue of Nintendo Power I bought, but it was the Shadows of the Empire cover, N64 issue.
Yeah.
This was like the
Nice.
transition from Super Nintendo to N64. So, I distinctly remember owning that issue, and I think we may have subscribed at that point. So, let's talk about March and April. They're all in archive.org, easily readable format. Another plus for archive.org. Listeners, when this episode comes out in June or whatever,
Yep.
for the next episode or future episode that comes out, read those issues on archive.org and you'll listen to us talk about it as a section in a future episode. So get your notes. I kind of wanted to do this, so let's do this. Maybe once a month an episode we talk about Nintendo Power issue.
Oh yeah. I read a lot of these, not Nintendo Power, but I read a lot of
I have a box full of
Dreamcast
Nintendo
magazine.
Powers that my parents had.
I read a lot of Dreamcast magazine because for the podcast that I write a trivia article for every couple of weeks, it's a Sega podcast. So that's always got, I'm always reading the Dreamcast magazine for that from the year 2000. And so I read a lot of those. I read a lot of like the old PlayStation. There's a UK magazine called Play that was a PlayStation magazine I read a lot of, and then not Nintendo Power but Nintendo Official Magazine, which is what the UK version of Nintendo Power was called. It was NOM, as it was colloquially
I had
known.
Nintendo Power and OPM subscriptions and PC Gamer. Those are the three I had.
I don't remember. I know my last remaining magazine was Game Informer, but I, for a long time, wasn't allowed to. I was just told no when I wanted to subscribe to a magazine. So the Walmart Supercenter in the nearest town had this like pit area. It was where the books was sold, but like there was a U-shaped area of like the books aisles. Which was magazines and newspapers and stuff like that, and they had the gaming magazines there. So when my family would go to the Supercenter, which wasn't every week, but it was probably once a month or so, I'd be like, "See ya, you know where to find me," and I'd go immediately to the magazine aisle, and I would just read all the gaming magazines that looked like they had cool covers. So that's the one thing I kind of feel bad about, is that I've read so many old video gaming magazines, but I didn't buy them, so I don't know what they were. If I like vaguely remember a magazine article, I don't know which magazine to go looking for.
Cool. Well, that is the future. episode, that's Born in the 80s season 3. I think we'll have a theme song for that too, right?
What if I made the theme song?
There's a
for
deadline now.
Oh no.
It doesn't need to
What's
be
the
the
deadline?
next episode of the show, but a future episode in
Okay.
April. So in a couple weeks,
Yeah.
maybe we'll have a theme song. Maybe we won't. But thanks for listening.
I'm gonna make a theme song just to make Matt feel like pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.